top 8 here. There is a $10,000 pot bonus, of course, provided by NetherRealm, by Warner Brothers. And we already have our first match ready, so that will be Foxy Grandpa against Noble's Dragon. Now, I don't know who Dragon will use. I feel like there's a good chance that he'll go to Black Adam right out the gate. The new Aquaman against Deadshot, it is definitely doable, but I don't know if it's what he's going to be going for.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see. We know Foxy is going to go Deadshot. It's just Dragon, I would assume he would go Black Adam. He may just go Aquaman as well, but we'll have to
there we
find
go.
out.
We have the answer. He will be going Blue Adam, it looks like.
All right, and here we go. The first match of SCR's finals, top 8 Injustice. Here we go.
And Black Adam is a good pick. Of course, he's got great mobility. He's got amazing counter zoning. Every single projectile try that they make will be in Dragon's favor. And of course, just his normal damage is great by itself. This is going to be a lot of damage. Over 400, not quite 5.
440 and corner pressure, using plus frames to abuse the grab.
Wow, using the trade activation to actually make that safe from the armor. And great choice by Dragon to block after that. That means that he very intentionally did that when he saw it get armored.
Why does that work sometimes? I don't understand.
Apparently they just mistimed, and look at this huge lead by Dragon. Oh, and the throw was just a little bit mistimed from Deadshot. Of course, Black Adam's biggest weakness is the fact that he's not that great on Wake Up, so really Foxy had to just mix right there. Unfortunately, he mistimed that and gave Dragon another chance. Now he's stuck in the corner. Nope, actually manages to get out with the roll.
A beautiful jump back axe kick there to catch the roll and put more pressure on to Foxy.
Oh, and a good interruption into the background bounce, drops the combo. But he's going to get another chance.
Yeah, and to be fair, that Brainiac background interactable, it's really ambiguous. The timing is different from your standard background bounce. And to be fair, it's a little difficult to land.
It is. It's a very different timing. He kind of holds them there in the background. Usually they just bounce off the back, but that one's very unique. You have to know all the timings for all the stages. You have to be comfortable with interactables, or you're not going to be playing at your fullest in this game.
And generally Foxy is, so to see him with that is a little strange, but it happens.
Oh, and isn't able to follow the dive kick, but that was a very nice counter to the interactable. Again, big advantage. Gonna take the full combo from the 1-1-3.
Beautiful side switch
combo.
Gets the grab. I think Foxy was expecting the overhead again. Dragon with corner pressure. Foxy fighting his way out.
But at this point, it's going to be so hard for Foxy to be able to make this happen.
No.
Wake up!
Just
low
dashes
lightning.
Straight into the late lightning. Good decision by Dragon as well.
Yeah, just knowing that throw was not enough for Foxy to be able to get meaty pressure. Waking up with the disrespectful lightning. I mean, that is
super
slow.
disrespectful.
A jump would have destroyed him right there. But he knew that the forward dash was coming. He was expecting it. And he goes up game 1. Now, I do think that there's a decent... No, we're going to go back to Deadshot. Catwoman is generally considered a relatively good match against Black Adam. So I feel like we could see that later in the set. But Foxy looks like he just wanted to go back in, try this matchup again. But it's starting off in a very similar way. We're already seeing the first combo. We're seeing the corner carry all the way to this left side. And the pressure.
Here we go at the corner. Nice. Gets the confirmation. Very optimal is Dragon. That is unblockable, but nope. Dragon is able to get away. And what a beautiful meter burn back 3. And Foxy is slowly making his way back on the life bar.
Yeah, all this zoning chip is essentially like landing hits, just less consistently.
Right. The blocks and a nice grab. That should be in the corner. Now Foxy with a really good opportunity here to control the pace of the match. No, he just gets tagged.
And that was just a missed timing right there. Yeah. He had the right reaction. He tried to do forward 1-2. Now that's a very, very tight frame because they did slow down that normal. It used to be 6 frames, now it's 7 frames. So I think it's literally a frame timing. We've seen it do it before. We saw him get the full combo mid-screen, but didn't quite make it that time, and he paid for it. And he's still paying for it. Look, it's getting carried all the way across the screen.
Okay, wakes up with the knee, burns the meter to make it safe, and that is going to give him the life bar, but he still has a little bit of ways to go, and he doesn't have any meter at all. Meanwhile, 3 bars for Dragon. This is going to be tough.
Oh, picks him up out of the air.
That was a nice confirm as well.
That was a very weird situation, but he knew exactly how to convert. Oh, he said, no, you're not waking up with lightning this time. Not this time, buddy. But now he's still in a very tough situation.
And he's just rolling all. ridiculous.
So we call trading up and moving forward and killing them with the chip, the Black Adam B&B. I think that's the Black Adam 2-bar B&B.
We saw like the more optimal B&B?
No, it's just he needed the 2 bars to make sure it worked.
Yeah.
So it's I guess it is more optimal.
I mean,
you can avoid 1 meter burn roll with trait, but 2? That may be a little bit too much.
Get out of here. Get out of town. All right, so this is the decision. He's going to stay Foxy Grandpa with Deadshot.
All right, not switching stages. Looks like, yeah, he wants that back.
There it is.
Just like that.
Oh, nobody trusts the easy part.
We've seen Foxy's execution not be the best here. Okay, he is finally going to land the full combo, and that's a lot of damage. 350 meterless. For a zoning character like Deadshot.
Blockable, it doesn't reach. And another beautiful meter burn back 3. Foxy seems to have found his groove.
The pacing of this match has been completely different than the first 2 that we've seen. I mean, Dragon has taken the momentum, taken the first hit, both of the previous games, but this time it has been an entire life bar starting off for Foxy.
Plus frames, goes for the poke, double down 1, okay.
Now that was smart. He actually baited the poke out of Foxy.
What a backdash.
Wow, yeah, through the gunshot. I mean, that's...
Let me tell you, Adam's backdash is rather poor.
It is, but that felt like old times. Oh, that could be a punish. He dropped it. He definitely tried to down 1 background bounce, but instead got down back 1. That's kind of the Black Adam classic.
Yeah, getting black magic when after a poke. And look at this devastating life lead that a Foxy Grandpa has.
And both of these characters are so hard to take the life lead back from. They can guarantee with defensive play a lot of chip damage, and they're just so defensively strong. It's hard to get in on them. It's hard to open them up. So the early life lead could mean a lot.
Oh, beautiful throw bait.
The big advantage here for Dragon is that Black Adam's damage, even normalized, is some of the highest in the game.
Right.
Especially in the corner. This is a great start for him if he wants to make the comeback. This is going to get close to evening up already.
Wow, and that devastating life lead is now gone.
Oh, good block on the overhead, or sorry, low overhead. Oh, that should be a punish. Wait, oh, he stands up into it a little bit too soon.
Getting the grab. This is down to the wire. Only 1 bar advantage. Now 2.
I'd kill you regimers for free. You won't get that chance.
All right, Grandpa with 2. He's going to spend both. He wants to get 25% back.
And he also wants to move a little bit further out of that corner. Dragon needs meter if he wants to have the threat of the dive kick still. Oh, very nice. I believe you can actually combo off of that if he shoots the gun. You can combo off the trade.
If it trades, yeah. You can convert.
There is still an interact right there. This is going to be a big combo. And 1 more mix-up could do it. Dragon just needs to make the right read.
Push block. Getting tagged. He's going to live, but how much? No! And that is it. Dragon with the Black Adam B&B at the end.
2 games in a row, winning, closing out with that trade, but that was just a solid game from Dragon. He made a huge comeback against a character that it is not easy to make a comeback against.
No, it's not. We were literally just talking about that as well.
Right, but you know what? He was playing patient. He took him all the way to the corner, played the Black Adam game, and especially Dragon's pressure has been extremely good. I love his usage of 113 trait. We saw him avoiding the interactable armor with that. That was one of the best plays of that whole
smart
set. But Dragon moving on, going to winners finals, showing that he's making it back up after being the EVO champion, having his character normalized, extremely normalized.
Yes.
Taken to the bottom of the sea. And Foxy will get another chance. That was, of course, winners semis. He's going to be moving down to losers bracket. But
yeah, Foxy's still in. But that is going to move us to our next match, which I'm super pumped for because Enix BioHazard, again, has not dropped a single game all weekend. And his opponent is going to be Echo Fox's Theonidas, who has come off a victory over Hayate, as well as numerous other players. But the reason I mentioned Hayate is because he actually lost, I believe it was 3-1 in the IPS finals to Hayate, and he
3-0.
Was it 3-0?
It was 3-0,
because he reversed 3-0'd him here then, and he got his run back.
No, you think you had it.
Is it the other way around?
3-0, 3-1. Yeah, so this time was 3-1. He did make the comeback. He played a lot more patient. He didn't get hit by quite so many like meter burn rolls into the up slashes out of air lasers. He adapted. He made it back through the person who eliminated him at the IPS finals. Right. And now he's here in winners to face against BioHazard. Now the real question here is BioHazard, the master of multiple characters, who will he choose against Theo? Of course, Theo is going to be using one of the supers, Supergirl, Superman, but we don't know which. It doesn't matter too much. The matchups are relatively similar. And you know what? I already heard it. We can see it there. It's going to be Bane. Now, this is infamously a tough matchup. Bane's armor is one of his greatest strengths, and of course, Superman's trait just says, I don't care. I don't give a crap about your armor.
It goes right through it. Even a down one can break the armor, so...
All right, well, this is a button check, so of course he still does have a chance to change characters, but I think we're going to see his Bane. His Bane play this weekend has been so on point. He has just been making the correct reads completely. His match against Revit earlier in the tournament was just... it was scary.
The scariest thing about Bio is once he gets started, he looks absolutely invincible.
Well, I mean, once he gets started, it's so hard to make the comeback. Not many characters can. He does so much damage. His trait management is so good that he never really gives people that chance to take that combo while he's in debuff. The comebacks never really happen. And the other way around, even if you're at like 80% life and Bio is at 5% life, you're not really at that much.
You're not really safe, no.
Superman.
Get to the point, Bane.
I broke the bat. Por lo tanto, I can break you. Begin.
Well, that will be the challenge. Breaking Superman has always been an issue, and that is not a good start from Bio. He's already getting knocked full screen. Good usage of the trait by Theo to eliminate that armor, and Bio just letting it go to debuff, so he gets another chance.
Just a down two with Theo's face.
Oh, wow, meter burn back 3, good call. Now that's gonna work anytime that he isn't in level 3. Meter burn roll through, another big combo, but twice now, Bio has let it go to debuff. He's not going all the way. He knows that if he gets into that really long debuff time, he could potentially take a lot of damage from Laser Chip, or even just a full combo, but right now he's just pressing the advantage with 1, finally going to level 2.
And Theo, oh my goodness!
Look at all that damage in debuff. Chip will guarantee it here almost.
Oh, wait a second.
That was a huge mistake. Theo thought he was going to build the meter to be able to meter burn that laser.
You don't ever want to give Bio a chance.
Oh, never, ever. And this has remained competitive. Theo had a great start, but he hasn't been able to build that space, start the zoning game. He's been just really trying to get away, get out of that range. Bane has one of the furthest dashes in the entire game. We're seeing Bio take advantage of it. Theo finally responding to it on his own, saying, you know what, it's a long dash, but it doesn't have great recovery.
Right.
So he finally swung him out of it.
And the thing is Bio luckily got that life bar out of the way for himself. Otherwise, that could have been a huge problem for him coming later down the line. But speaking of huge problems, here we go in the corner.
Oh, this should be big. He started out in debuff, but it's still going to be a lot of damage. Using trait after the fact so he can get a mix-up. Stand 3 may have been a mistake.
Yeah,
I think that was supposed to be a command grab.
Oh, gets it again. Another meter burn roll.
I'll break you, Bane.
That is my line.
Those meter burn rolls have been working so
I was
well
just
for
about
Bio.
to say, he's pretty much been, I think, 2 or 3 for 3 on those.
I would love to see Theo starting to throw more straight lasers just to avoid that roll mix-up. He can recover in time. Oh, here we go. The lead now for Bio. 1 or 2 more mix-ups could be it.
No, not quite. He's got a little more, and there it is.
Breaking his back, the classic finisher. Theo actually going down with
I think he broke his face there.
Meter. He broke his everything.
Yeah.
That Venom is infused with kryptonite or something because he had no problem there.
Hit him with the stunner, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, nice air-to-air. And again, we saw Theo with a strong start last time, but let's see if Bio can make it back again.
Theo, again, he's playing at pretty good ranges. It's just Bio is finding his way in every time.
Oh, and the air-to-air with the body splash. Oh, the fake out. I like it. Getting another command grab, and this is going to be a huge combo. He's in level 2. Look at that damage for no meter.
Going for level 3, just has to get rid of this little bit.
Oh, and that was so risky. I would have loved to see him just throw that interactable. It would have been almost guaranteed. So hard for Superman to avoid, but now he tried the wake up. It's not actually invincible. I think he just, I don't know, maybe he was expecting the armor to work, but of course Superman was in trait. And now look at that. Pixel, the magic pixel, of course.
This is almost like the same situation where Bio had to get a little bit of life. He ended up getting a little bit of life, and now we find ourselves with 4 bars for Bio and 2 for Theo. It was a very close match.
Oh, wasn't quite fast enough to whiff punish that forward 3. Recovers so fast. Okay. And good choice in the dash punch. It's actually
waking
airborne.
up with a dash point, yeah.
Oh, that is so much damage. Keeping it unclashable. Oh,
it gets caught anyways, and this is where Bio is really in trouble. beautiful jump back air to air, and that is going to do it.
Yeah, just not able to make it in. It all came down to just a few reads. The life was going almost the exact same way that it was in the first game. I mean, it went from
Theo's like,
one
what
lead
the
to
hell?
another. Oh, wow.
Get off stage. Get off stage.
It's all right. Both the former SoCal guys aren't teaming up.
Well, because they're not SoCal anymore.
I know. They've dropped all
I don't
of
even
their
know
alliances.
where Theo is from anymore, but I know Frank is definitely not from here.
He's not.
He does not treat me as his pet.
I should have put a collar on you. Begin.
Well, that's exactly why he left.
All right, starting off strong for Bio this time, pushing his advantage. Oh, expecting the tick throw, but that's going to be a good punish.
Ooh.
Using the down one to low profile the rising grab.
Okay, now we are in debuff, so this isn't going to do really any damage at all.
How many times have we seen Bio hit Theo with these
Raw down
twos?
I don't know. It's been kind of amusing, though.
I feel like that's starting to become the meta. Like raw down twos. We start with
There it
Rose
is.
at the
He's
IPS
trying to do it
finals.
again.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? It's really good. It's actually one of his fastest mid checks, and of course he gets a knockdown off of it.
Trade is gone now for Superman. But it doesn't look like he's going to get a chance. Yeah, meter burn, and there it is. Theo with much more of a life lead this time around going into the third game.
And a lot of it is because he's built so much space. He's used that space for zoning, and even on chip, it's just so much damage.
But as we do know, Bane can easily melt that life lead away. Theo has generally been doing a really good job of stopping that forward dash, though, from Bio.
Oh, and he's gonna. Oh, I'm surprised we didn't see a charge. A meaty charge would have almost definitely guaranteed that kill, and we know how much damage Theo's taken with Magic
I think
Pixels
potentially
so
he
far.
was worried about Theo delayed waking up, and then the charge getting punished.
Possibly. Oh, but that's a lot of damage. Again, both of these players have gone down to their second life bar at about full. It's like they should just start at that amount of life.
And right now, like I said, Theo is catching a lot of those forward dashes from Bio.
And again, Theo just not letting Bio get in. He started to catch on to a lot of his movement patterns, especially like you said, those dashes are huge. Because they are fast, they're weird, they're very overwhelming. Like, whoa, he's here all of a sudden. But the recovery's not as good as it seems. So he's just waiting for it, swinging on it, and that's something that he did a lot in Injustice 1. Playing Aquaman, down one-ing, or even Superman, either one, just down one-ing on reaction to dashes was one of the biggest parts of the meta.
He was notorious for checking a lot of dashes, and I mean, aside from being just fundamentally really good, that was something that helped him really establish himself early on, was just checking people's movement.
I spent 10 years confined alone.
Learn anything interesting?
It is there I learned to kill.
Begin.
How would you learn to kill while you're confined alone? We'll figure that one out later. But Theo on game point potentially, but again, the first hit going to Bio. A trait activation there would have been a little bit safer for Theo, so he didn't have to deal with that whole situation.
Bio is going to recover very quickly because it's only in the first Venom.
Ooh, good bait on that. And that's going to take Bio all the way to the corner. Trying to get some zoning of his own, but it's not really going to work against Superman. But really, what does?
Okay, here we go. Bio slowly making his approach.
I like the fact that Theo's trying to bait out something. We've seen throughout the rest of this tournament Bio being very good at anti-airs, especially with that anti-air grab. So I think that's what Theo was trying to bait out by dashing forward, or jumping forward and then dashing back into it.
Look at this double trades. Theo's also doing a lot of back dashes on Wake Up.
He's doing a lot of back dashes always.
Yeah, but more so on Wake Up now than I've ever seen him before. That is going to be raw punish. Very nice. Huge damage. That should kill. And corner pressure now for BioHazard.
And he went for the optimal. He didn't even need to go for the optimal right there. He did the extra jab in there. He's ready. Ooh, that is such a hard check. That was so
another
unsafe.
down two.
You're an opportunist.
I do not need your respect.
I just realized that almost looks like the main mask from the movie.
Oh no, whiffs the combo. That is a huge drop. That would have been so much damage for Bio.
And he would have had corner control as well. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, he could have confirmed into the trait, but unfortunately now he's at a bit of a disadvantage. Wow, that laser caught so far! What was that? It stuck a little toe.
And this is dead even. 2 bars for each player. Life is pretty much the same.
Wow, he could have actually like metered back 3 there.
Okay, here we go. Big opportunity here.
The Oki's beginning, but a delayed wake up by Theo into a backdash. Very smart. Still, Bio's getting another chance.
Beautiful down one to avoid that. Yeah.
Everything's just whiffing completely. Look at all these whiffs! But now Bio putting himself into an unfortunate situation in the corner. He's going to have to chase Theo all the way across the screen again. He does have a life lead, though.
Theo just doing whatever he can to get away. This is so close.
But lasers. Theo is
wait a second! He just needs one in!
Oh, he's in debuff for a very long time. He has to avoid the chip.
No,
that damage
sucks.
So much
for
damage
Bio.
for one laser.
Sucks for Bio, but man, the patience and the composure from Theo also needs to be commended.
It does, and so much came down to that one drop. That one drop from Bio where he dashed underneath, didn't get the combo that could have been the kill. He just wasn't able to close it out. And wow, that laser just did so much damage. My heart just broke in half. It melted. It was shot by the laser itself. Oh.
And that's not even really just because I think we were rooting for it, because I was honestly neutral in that match. It was just to see him die to debuff. That's what sucks.
Debuff,
that's what really sucks.
Meter burn laser, and I think he had trade on. So that's, I want to know exactly how much damage that laser did. I think that would have been considerably more than it actually had life.
But I mean, Bio still in. Obviously, that was winners. Theo, the first person able to stop the tyranny that Bio's Bane has been causing throughout SCR. But now we're going to move over to the first match of the loser side, which is going to be Slayer, which is now representing Rogue versus a Flowchart, who's representing himself.
Representing NorCal. Now, Slayer, like you said, had one of the toughest runs this entire tournament. He had to make it all the way through losers bracket, late registering, having to fight Dragon first round. He wants to make it back up to fight Dragon again, but he still has quite the path. Now, Flowchart representing NorCal, a.k.a. Shinobi. Like I said, he's the 2-time West Coast Warzone champion for Mortal Kombat X, and I don't think he really found his stride in this game until more recently. Now, he is, as far as I know, mainly he was a Robin player, and now he does play Red Hood.
Yeah.
Which is a character that we've seen quite a bit. We did see Dab playing Red Hood earlier this weekend. Of course, we saw Sonic Fox.
Sonic Fox, yes.
With just destroying with Red Hood. Now, every Red Hood plays very differently. We're talking about how the character can be played in a bunch of different ways. We have defensive Red Hoods like Dab. We have offensive Red Hoods like Fox. I really want to see how Flowchart ends up playing the character. On the other side of it, Slayer, he's got quite a few characters. I already heard him choose Black Adam, so I think that is who he's going to go.
Okay.
He tends to go as his first character.
Yeah, I mean, Slayer also, with a multitude of characters, we saw him pull out Catwoman for the first time at IPS Finals, and his Catwoman was actually very surprisingly good. And that's not because Slayer's a poor player, but I just don't, it's weird because Catwoman doesn't really fit his style of play, I think. But man, his Catwoman looked great, so we know he now has that under his belt. But I think for him, you're right. It's always going to start with Adam, what he's most comfortable with, and then if he needs to make adjustments from there, he will.
Well, the good thing about Adam is he doesn't really have any really polarized matchups. But here we go. Going into the game, it will be Red Hood against Adam. We're going to be on Gotham outside the theater. And we're already seeing both players really deciding to be defensive at the start of the game. Now, that's going to be difficult for Red Hood just because we saw this earlier in the Dragon against Foxy matchup, but Black Adam has extremely damaging zoning. So he generally doesn't keep people out 100% of the time, but you cannot zone against him because his zoning is essentially counter zone.
Right. Oh, that was a beautiful dash forward to avoid the mine and still getting a down one poke afterwards.
Ooh, and that was a very risky lightning. We've seen that. We also saw that from Dragon earlier, but a point blank lightning can be jumped and just you get punished so hard for it. But right now, Slayer's just making the right reads. He knows he's making the right reads.
Yeah. Nice block. And man, Flowchart, he's got a ways to go if he wants to make this comeback. But it's not impossible. We've seen it before.
Yeah, especially a character like Red Hood could definitely make it happen. Especially if he's got the mine setups. The mine setups against Black Adam in particular could be ridiculous.
Yeah, specifically also...
Scum like you deserve to die.
Aton, give me strength.
Specifically also because of the fact that Adam has a really weak wake up.
Oh yeah, that's, yeah. Oh, nice. Gets in with the lunge. This is a good position. Flowchart has Slayer in the corner. One more hit's going to do it. Yep, and there we go. We're seeing the weakness of that wake up. Very easily stuffed. So Flowchart has a life disadvantage, but if he keeps these corner mix-ups going, which he will not.
Doesn't have the corner anymore. In fact, now he finds himself in the corner. And I gotta say, Slayer's been doing a really good job of push blocking a lot of the pressure from Flowchart. Not really let him get anything started. But wait a second, where did the life go?
A Kandaki child could best you.
Go to sleep, scumbag.
I actually have no idea how all that damage happened so quickly. Flowchart, I mean, that's the thing about Red Hood, is he does do a lot of damage in a few simple hits, but you know what, it's not going to matter. The comeback almost happened, but Slayer solidly taking the first.
Yeah, that was insane. I just noticed Slayer got hit a few times, and then all of a sudden his health was starting to match Flowchart's.
Well, Flowchart just needs to play like he played for the second half of that game throughout the entirety of the game. But already off to a bad start. And a bomb setup. Oh, that was not timed quite as well as Slayer had hoped.
But that was cool. I do give him an A for effort.
Yeah, I appreciate every single bomb setup. He's like, you know what? You're going to try to mine setup with Red Hood. I'm going to show you that I can do it too. Taste of your own medicine.
I mean, we really just don't see too many of those lightning bomb setups.
Yeah. Well, regardless, Slayer ended up plus off that situation, and he still has quite the life lead. But again, okay, now here's the key. Flowchart is going to have to lock Slayer into this corner. He dive kicked out last time. How is he going to stop that?
Oh, looks like he's stopping it right now with a lot of pressure. I think he went to cancel there into air guns, but he did get push blocked, but nice lunge.
Oh, lunge into
after
lunge.
lunge.
That is definitely the Red Hood classic. I've actually never seen that, but that's just, it makes sense as the Red Hood classic.
You do you.
Why resist the inevitable?
I'm the man with the guns.
Oh, no meter for either player, and they both had meter to spend.
Okay, so Flowchart finally losing his first life bar, but in a good position overall.
Slayer's just been playing so defensively.
Yeah, Slayer also has to, really be careful not to spend all of his meter on just dive kicks. As I say that, he lands one. Mainly because of the utility of Black Magic and what that can do for him full screen.
Definitely, especially in this matchup where you can duck a lot of the projectiles from Red Hood, try to punish them. Wow, didn't quite get the confirm. He expected the whole thing to whiff, didn't get the full combo, which is actually really good for Flowchart.
Yeah, didn't get the conversion, but still, Slayer with good patience, and as I say that, he gets caught.
And Slayer doesn't have Clash anymore. That means this could be a bomb setup.
No, he does have the police car, though.
It's like, I've got something that explodes, and it's considerably bigger.
Nice check. Oh, beautiful interruption in between the down one into lightning hands.
Oh, but Slayer gets out of the corner. Is he going to just back up? No, he's going in. That's risky. And look, there's one more hit.
Nothing left, and the EX lunge.
And not even the EX lunge on block. He used, so the thing about lunge is that you can meter burn it at two separate spots. You can meter burn it on the way, and it actually shoots gunshots as he's flipping. Or you can meter burn it after it hits. Or his hits, And then he does overhead shots. So I love that usage of Flowchart. At that point, he would have guaranteed himself chip had he waited until it was blocked. But he wanted to make sure that he didn't get whiff punished for it, used it beforehand. It was the totally correct choice.
That was great. Oh, Gotham Stars right in Slayer's face.
Oh, baits the throw. That's a classic Slayer. Very few players bait throws as much as Slayer, just in general.
It's true. Slayer definitely is, he's one of the best at that.
Well, he comes from playing Superman the entirety of Injustice 1, who of course his main mix-up game was throw or bait throw.
Yeah, correct. No one knows that better than you.
Oh, trust me. Trust me. And it's relatively even, but oh, nice dive kicks. The dive kicks have been working really well for Slayer.
Yeah, they have.
I would love to see Flowchart try to react to them. Maybe, you know, meter burn back 3 could be a good option. Even if he just throws out a bomb close to himself to kind of stop that mobility, I think he's got to find some answer for it at this point.
Plus frames, nice. Gets the grab.
Slayer
down.
is just not blocking.
Not bad for a mortal.
Try harder.
Slayer needs to just block on wake up. He's got to hold it. It's the weakness of Black Adam.
Your move, dirtbag.
I'll show you the wizard's power.
And clash to clash, back to back, just immediate. I don't think I've ever seen a 2 clashes as close to each other as that was.
Okay, that was a nice landing recovery punish there.
Oh, now damage is huge for both these characters. One hit could kill for either one. Oh, he's got, oh wow! Didn't get a chance. That was a smart ender. I mean, even if the clash was available, that would have been mostly unclashable.
Unclashable, yeah.
Black Adam.
But now we're going back to player select. Are we going to see a character change or just a stage change? We are seeing the switch to Robin.
So let's go to Robin. I really don't feel like his Red Hood got dominated enough to warrant a switch, but I think he did just fine.
And let me just point out that on the path to top 8, in the match to make top 8, Flowchart actually eliminated Hayate. So, as a Robin player himself, he played against a Robin player. He knows the matchup. So I want to see exactly how good his Robin is. This was his main, of course, before Red Hood. But I haven't seen him play Robin in a very long time. Right now, it's basically the same thing that we've been seeing. He's trying to make it in on Slayer. Slayer's been playing very well defensively.
Wow, 2 back-to-back trades. Finding a lot of trouble getting in now, though. Beautiful anti-air comes out of Slayer. Goes for the knockdown.
Wow, I'm surprised that he didn't do the dive kick setup there. I feel like that's one thing that we very rarely see from Black Adams anymore is set play.
That's true.
I mean, there used to be so many like cross-up dive kick setups.
That's going to be a nice conversion, yeah.
Puts him back in the corner, very smart, but at this point, a trade activation is going to do so much damage. He knows he has to do something before it recharges.
Oh, doesn't get the conversion, but still, that was a very impressive kind of rebound there coming out of Flowchart. He was behind a lot of HP, and he was able to bring it back, and now he has the corner pressure for himself.
Oh, he tried to bait that. I think a jump on would work better than that jump 3. But he's still going to get another chance. Of course, Robin damage is insane.
Robin hits really hard, and you cannot wake up. Slayer just refusing to block on wake up.
Like I need advice from you.
I don't know why he's disrespecting so much, especially against Robin. Robin doesn't even need to time his meaties.
He really doesn't.
He just throws a birdarang. Like, I don't know what he's trying to catch there, but Slayer's just getting a little impatient. I think he just wants to close out the set. And again, how many air trades have we seen?
I don't know. Oh, that was an opportunity for punish.
Oh,
wow.
Weird win.
Wow, that was very weird. He's going to get...
Magic's no substitute for skill.
Famous last words.
So he's going to bet 1 bar. Okay. Slayer, of course, choosing not to bet any. He only had 1.
Oh, and that could have been a big anti-air. He could have prevented all of that chip. That was so much chip.
That's it. Slayer's out of par. Nice block.
Oh, barely avoiding the whip punish. And there's... All these hits are just so small, this might be enough. Oh, but a good flip out. He's still got a chance.
Huge opportunity here. Orbs are out.
He
can't take all of them. No, there it is. Flowchart is going to go down. But a very impressive Robin and Red Hood all throughout the tournament.
He was so close. The big issue there was so many stray little hits that he couldn't convert off of. He was hitting the down 1, but it was anti-airing, and then he wasn't able to get the down 1 too.
Yeah.
He did the forward 2 into the dive kick, and it went underneath Slayer. Like, that was a bunch of weird stuff. But I love how patient Slayer was for the majority of that match, except for maybe on Wake Up.
Yeah, on Wake Up, Slayer was getting just hit time after time after time, and he just refused to block.
It's true. But his overall play style was extremely patient. I like the fact that he chose to back up in a lot of those situations. A lot of times, Slayer in particular, we see him go in when he doesn't need to, but he didn't do that at all this set.
That's true. Yeah, overall, I feel like he really controlled not only himself, but also just the pace of the match in general. So
he definitely did. He slowed it down to his pace, especially against really fast characters like Robin, like Red Hood, which is exactly what he needed to do. Then he took advantage of that, and he's going to be moving on in his ridiculous losers run.
Yeah, and he's still in there. I mean, losing second round, first round in a tournament, it's a grueling path because you have to play double the matches from the get-go just to make it into top 16, top 8. And then once you get there, you're still playing against now the people that are just either coming in through maybe losing 1 or 2 matches or that just were in winners finals. I mean, strong players, it's tough. But, I mean, Frank's been there before, so.
Definitely. He's a very long-time veteran of the scene.
And speaking of someone who's been there before.
Exactly. So are actually both of our next competitors. Specifically, the one we're seeing right now, Forever King. He has been around in the NRS scene for a very long time, and he is going to be going up against Madzin. Madzin all the way here in the U.S., still here from IPS Finals. And we were saying earlier, this could be a Batman mirror. There is a chance. Now, both of these players have other characters.
Correct.
I don't know if they will choose them. So that's one of the most interesting things about Injustice 2 is that every matchup, even though we do tend to see a lot of these top players playing against each other, a lot of times you don't know which characters they're going to pick. The matchups are very different. In this game, more than a lot of other games and a lot of other NRS games, you see a lot of characters for each player. I mean, if you look at the entirety of even today's top 8, how many players played a single character through the whole tournament? I feel like there's a chance that Foxy could have this time, but we know he has two characters.
He has before.
Dragon
did
used
Bio
multiple.
use Bane all tournament?
I don't think he used Bane the whole tournament, although it's very possible.
I mean, we
know
saw a
he
lot
has
of Bane,
multiple,
yeah.
Right.
But
Okay, let's just
obviously-
say in general, in all tournaments.
Yeah. Well, you asked me specifically for this tournament, so I was giving you the feedback. But yes, in general, all of these guys have multiple characters that they do play at a high level, and that's kind of just the nature of the game. But I think we may see just a Batman mirror here.
It looks like we will. They both picked Batman. Now, the Batman mirror is a very weird matchup in this game. Now, both Batman have to respect the other one's trait. So it becomes this weird game of, do I want to throw out my trait early and then maybe he blocks it and then now I have to respect him in the neutral, or do I rush in and maybe get hit by his if he's playing too reserved with his trait? It's like every Batman matchup, very much a trait matchup, but when you both have that trait, it just becomes this weird respect game.
Yeah.
And we did see
It's definitely, I mean, mirrors are awkward in general, but this one is even more so.
Another copycat. Under the mask, we're the same. We'll see. Begin.
That was actually really neat interaction. Under the mask, we're the same.
Ooh, that's deep.
Yeah.
That's deep. But here we go. So I believe Madzin is the one in the dark Batman
darker
outfit.
one, yes.
And Forever King in the white Batman outfit, which is actually, I believe, what he uses at home. So that's convenient for him. But this mirror is already starting off so weird.
This is a crazy match already. So many layers upon layers that we just saw in the first 20 seconds, 30 seconds of the round.
And this is actually extremely reminiscent of one of the most exciting mirrors that we've ever seen, and one of the most exciting matches from Injustice 2, where we had Forever King against Perfect Legend with almost these exact same costumes on this exact same stage, where there was just some of the most ridiculous avoidance that I've ever seen in any match. But now we get it here again
Slaughter
with a different
Swamp
player.
breeds some pretty good matches.
So it's something about the air, which is undoubtedly very unhealthy for you.
And yeah, and damn.
Oh, good conversion.
Oh! Oh my goodness, is that a statement from young Madzin?
It looks like it could be.
By the way, shout-outs to P&D, but the fact that Madzin hasn't picked up a major sponsor yet baffles me.
It baffles me too. He's one of the most exciting players to watch.
He really is.
Players out there with the most emotion. Just a fan favorite in general. Oh, the trap's there, and that is so punishable. Or not. Wow, weird.
Wow.
Didn't make the right choice. I think a back one would have worked better.
But maybe he thought there was a... No, but he knew there wasn't a bat out for...
Yeah.
Interesting. I think he was afraid of the trap, maybe punishing into it, but...
Oh, nice pressure by Madzin. Putting himself in the corner is so risky.
Oh,
And
down three. Interesting button.
every once in a while, we see King throw out a sweep, and I'm not 100% sure why. Batman sweep isn't the best. We saw him even start out around with the sweep against Buffalo earlier in the tournament.
Yeah,
I'm
I
ending
noticed
this
that.
nightmare. I never quit.
He never quits, especially against himself.
He never quits, and he's Batman. If there's one thing, if you ever play Batman in like a long set, you're gonna know those two things. He's Batman, and he never quits.
4 threes.
Oh, look at all this
Another
respect
4-3?
from King.
This is actually super exciting. For a mirror, for a Batman mirror.
I'm taking you in. Don't bet on it.
Like I said, it's a real respect game. So it's not what we usually see from Batman. But right now, it looks like Madzin taking the lead is going to be playing.
Oh man, how does it
defensive
feel,
game.
King? This is what he does to so many opponents. Now he is kind of tasting it himself, but here we go. King finding his way in. Double dash. Oh, and it hits on the front.
Oh, that was so dirty.
Oh, but a drop.
Oh, that's a bad drop. It's going to leave it at about even. Madzin does have more bats, and both bats are gone now.
Nice down two from King. Oh, that's bad. Oh! You better finish your plate before you start teabagging.
Good plus frames, but the backdash is going to negate it. And now both players with a bat still. Look at this bat respect. They're just waiting for the other one to throw out the bats. King not able to get the conversion. And this should be enough if he can land it.
No, it's not!
Quite.
Oh, the slide!
Oh,
Oh,
the
my
chip.
goodness!
The chip from Meterburn Battering was just enough. Both of these players already showing the disrespect to the other. Wow, we
Disgusting. What that man did in the front row right there was disgusting.
What both of these players did was disgusting. And so is that conversion, getting the 4-3 off the slide conversion. Already a strong start from Madzin. Oh, and with the sweep.
Down three.
Two sweeps.
Down
three
three.
sweeps.
Down three. Four down sweeps. What is going on?
What are all these sweeps? I don't understand, but Forever King taking the corner now for himself.
Okay, and that's good. I think Madzin just getting that out of the way. Oh, but the very tip of that 4-3.
Is that the mix-up?
I don't
4
know.
sweeps and then the 4-3?
It worked. It worked.
4-3 working out so well. It's just a raw neutral tilt for both of them. It's very hard to react.
And I want to say, wow, huge life lead, but we've seen these melt, especially in the mirror. So, although Madzin clearly with the advantage right now, that could go away very quickly.
I think
There's
the biggest thing here is that Madzin needs to make sure that he doesn't take his zoning and push himself to the corner with it. That's what he did the previous game.
Yeah.
That's really where he lost so much of his lead.
All right, and like I said, that life lead is all but gone now.
Oh, I like that. Using the cross-up.
Oh, what a down two!
Oh, and they're both blocking those mix-ups relatively well.
Yeah, they've actually, both players have had great blocks, and that is going to do it for the first life bar of Madzin. Again, Forever King. Really great play coming back from that life deficit.
The only character that can safely punish slide into trait bat is Batman, because he can let the trait go and not get hit by the bat. That is hilarious. Batman, ironically, has one of the best tools to fight himself. Yeah. He's got one of the best down twos in the entire game.
He's got the best contingency plan for everyone else. Why not for himself?
Why not? Now that he knows there's multiple worlds, he's got to have a plan. But here we go. King pressuring Madzin in the corner.
Oh my goodness, that was like mirror image of actions right there.
Oh, that's plus on block. Very nice. But putting himself in the corner again, Madzin needs to really control the screen a little bit better.
Wow, look at the respect from King. It's a clash, but
I dial it back. Not in my vocabulary.
Meter is an advantage of King, so he's going to bet two. And Madzin is pretty much going to have nothing left.
And a nice anti-air by King, and now he knows all he needs to do is build one more bar, and he's pretty much at a guaranteed chip situation. Oh, and yeah, the up battering now too. There's
Still
so much
avoiding.
in this.
It's possible.
Oh, no! The backdash was not what he needed. That was not at all what he wanted, I think. I don't even know why he tried that. The comeback opportunity was definitely there, but just an unfortunate drop. And I have to say, in this match, so much of this has been decided from Madzin getting pushed into that right side corner.
Yeah.
If he gets trapped in that corner again, that's where he's gonna die. If he can control the screen, don't put yourself in the corner, Madzin. Just control the space, because he's winning the neutral in the mid screen.
Yeah, and I believe he had a life lead in the first two games as it was, but again, he's pushing himself in the corner. Okay, dashes forward, but then he gets caught by the electronic bat.
Oh, that could have been a whiff punish, but just uses it to summon a bat. Oh, look at this patience. Neither player moving on the other. Look at this.
Oh, and what a beautiful air-to-air. That was a great, I don't know if that was a reaction or a read, but Forever King, very impressive.
And a good air escape, but two bats from Madzin. This is going to be guaranteed pressure, but King just blocking it. Now, King has made the claim earlier that you should never be opened up by Batman. He says that a player like him with good defense just won't get opened up. And he said there are a few other people, Dragon included. Oh, wow, good.
And
armor.
what an armor to get through.
Oh, and this should be enough for the
Yeah,
life
it
bar.
is. Into the corner. Great decisions from Madzin. Again, another life lead. He managed to bring it back, and now he has the advantage, but a down three.
The sweep is the secret tech. Nice catching him, disrespecting the bats on block. But
that was a miss. That was definitely a missed input there.
I think he just didn't realize what the spacing was. He thought it was going to hit him in front. He's been using that a lot to get plus frames, to pressure King further, but yeah, that whiff was bad. That put him into a tough situation. He lost his entire life bar.
Jumping nice down 2. That croc did not pay off for Forever King.
2 bars in that combo. He really wants to take this advantage.
Smart from Forever King to push block the trade bat away, and good way in.
You'll regret this. Don't be so sure.
Madzin does have 2 bars, so he has the advantage. He's just going to spend 1. He's going to get 15% back.
Oh,
what a
that
catch.
was a read.
Oh, and what a woof!
You're going to get hurt. Don't bet on it.
These meter burn up batterings have been working so well for both of these players. They like to go in the air. I mean, it's just such a great move in general.
I'm rooting for Madzin just because I want to see more of this mirror between these 2 players. This has been such a good match. I want it to just keep continuing. Is this it?
What is this combo?
And it worked! Madzin!
What was that combo? Jab, 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 jab. Let that go back 2-3. What was that?
Listen, I'm going to root for Madzin just for this to go to a Game 5, and then I don't care who it goes to. But I just want to see more of this.
The Batman mirror is definitely
I don't even like the
craziest
Batman mirror, but it's just between these 2 players right now. This is awesome.
Look how calm these players are for an insane match like that. Madzin looks like he's about to go to sleep.
Yeah, he kind of does. King, well, King kind of always looks like he's
From
going
every
to sleep.
goon
But.
who wants to kill me.
Begin.
Yeah, somebody needs to bring Madzin.
Oh, what a
energy drink.
start! Plus frames, nice backdash from King. Oh my goodness! Down 2. Beats the forward 3.
Oh, wow, look at this lead. Dropped combo, but already about 70%.
And I think Madzin is definitely taking your advice. He's trying to control space. He's not letting himself throw himself into the corner, using interactables to get back to mid-screen.
And for the record, of course, they can't actually hear.
No, they cannot hear us.
Well, he's not actually taking my advice, but he is realizing that himself because, of course, he is the player up there.
Yeah.
So he would be realizing that. I mean, to make it the top 8 of a tournament like this, you've got to be at that level.
Audio is not being pushed to the house, so he definitely cannot hear us.
Oh, not able to get the conversion, but still able to get some pressure. And, wow.
Again, another beautiful read.
A life lead in this matchup is never really a life lead. It can turn around so fast.
Right, it's almost like playing against Bane in a sense, where like your life lead isn't real, but in this case, it's just because the options are all the same.
He never gives up.
Yeah.
Oh, and Madzin's going to have to get through the zoning. King just using this to even build more meter. Meter is so important in this matchup. Both Batman players use it for so much. So look how much.
Oh, beautiful timing.
Oh, not quite enough, but Chip will do
Making
it.
sure, yeah.
And there we go. That's another great usage of the meter. He needs that. Using the explosion, it's so hard to get that guaranteed kill any other way with Batman. Wow, look at these raw 4-3s in a raw slide!
Wow, that slide actually wasn't converted off. He could have.
Raw slide!
He's just holding onto that bat, and wow.
Punishing the instant jump 2 with a down 2. That was a great reaction. Beautiful reaction. I've actually never seen such an instant jump 2, and I've never seen it punished before. So immediately, right off the bat, Madzin knew exactly what to do. But I guess that just comes from playing the character himself. Oh, drops the conversion. That was a weird hit.
This won't end well for you. Don't be so sure.
Yeah, that was a very weird hit. I fully understand why King couldn't convert off that.
Yeah, normally the slide knocks them behind you. Whoa, trade and good pickup.
Nice little conversion there.
Interesting choice to just summon trade. I feel like he may have been able to grapple from that.
Uh-oh. Flash still available for Madzin, but the meter now finally even.
Oh,
And he just down 2s to interrupt!
raw down 2 in neutral, that's the new thing. That's the true Injustice 2 meta. We found it. We found it! And Madzin just pushing forward his lead with those down 2s.
Yeah, but King very capable of making this comeback, and it's not too far off, and as I say that...
Still trying to kill me? just stop you. We don't kill.
So Madzin with 1 bar, King with none. I was curious to see if he was going to spend the bar or not, but he does. Gets a 15% back.
Both of these players just willing to raw slide, raw forward 3, throw out sweeps. This is not how you normally see Batman play.
This is nuts, and that should do it. There it is, 2-2. Madzin ties it up from a 2-0 decifit.
From a 2-0 decifit to a 2-2 tie.
Tie, correct.
I was going to say advantage, but it actually wasn't an advantage. I was going to mess that one up equally the same, but yeah, it didn't work out for me.
It's a decifit.
It's a decifit. But now there's not a decifit on either side.
Thanks for coming back. You need help with Superman? I need help testing some new gear. Begin.
Wow, he brought him back into this Earth just to beat him up. He's like, yo, I need a training dummy. Get over here. And that is just cruel. But here we go, going to Game 5 of this match. In losers, the loser will go home. The winner advances.
Oh my goodness, look at all these forward threes!
I can't handle this. What kind of playstyle from both these players?
I really wish we could just watch these two play for the rest of the top 8.
Oh, nice meter burn back 3. He was supposed to dash out of it to get a little bit more advantage, but he got out of the situation.
Yeah.
Oh, gets over, and Madzin's been gaining the lead in almost every single one of these games. He hasn't really been at a decifit.
He hasn't been as a decifit yet.
Someone out there's going to be really mad that we keep saying the decifit. I'm going to use the real word from now on. But yeah, this deficit is actually huge.
This is I think the biggest one that they've had between all the sets so far.
The biggest lead the King has had in the entire set. But we saw this too when he fought against Buffalo yesterday. Went down to Game 5, and in Game 5, King just turned on King mode, and he is just playing so well in 5.
Look at this.
What is this?
They're dancing.
This is the opposite of 4 sweeps in a row. This is just nobody's doing anything to anybody. There has been almost no damage dealt in the past 30 seconds.
What is going on?
Oh, that was a bad whiff, but no full conversion from King.
Okay, getting out of the way. Nice evasion coming out of Madzin.
All right, this is how it begins. He uses a 2-2-3 so he can get a little bit more screen carry, almost all the way to the corner.
That was beautiful. And here's the opportunity for Madzin. He has him in the corner. He has to be aware of the trap. If King decides to use it, he does. He backs off. And that deficit is now not that bad at all.
Like we were saying, you never really have a huge life lead in this set. Or in this matchup, I should say.
Oh, missed input. Gets a jump back too. Now, Madzin has given up the battering pressure to King. And both players have quite a bit of bar, 2 and 3 respectively. And there it is. All right, down to the very last life bar in this mirror. Is it going to be Madzin or is it going to be Forever King?
And what a call out at the start of this life bar. Raw grapple from full screen, drops the combo, but that's going to even it up, and that's got to get in King's head at least a little bit. Oh, we've seen the usage of the interactables work so well for King.
And optimal as always is King with a little bit of a teabag, and I don't even know what side that was on. It looked like the front.
Not good enough. So far, I've held back.
And King has the meter advantage in Madzin's clash. Look at that damage. Madzin going on to almost chip life.
Yeah, he had to spend a bar, otherwise he was going to have nothing left. Look at the patience now from Madzin.
Oh, just getting hit one more time. This is essentially chip.
Oh, wait a second. Gets the grab.
That might have been like one of the first throws in the entire set. Oh, and we're so close to chip here. Pressure from Madzin.
Oh, and the slide afterwards. This is crazy.
Oh, and there's almost no escape here.
Oh, and the elbow.
The only thing he could have maybe done was backdash. I don't even know what else. Maybe a really preemptive up battering, but that was one of the closest sets that we've seen.
That was an awesome set in a mirror that normally isn't that awesome.
When you get the high-level Batman players against each other, we tend to see that be insane. Now, especially something, for some reason, on Slaughter Swamp, that just becomes the craziest matchup of all time.
It becomes even more ridiculous. I mean, Madzin did 4 sweeps in a row, and then he did 3 or 4 forward threes in a row.
The 4 sweeps in the row completely got me. That was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. I don't want to look back at that later afterwards, and I don't want to ask Madzin why he did that. But whatever, it worked.
Who cares?
Out. He won that game.
He had
I
trade
think.
bets out. Who cares? He can do whatever he
That's
wants.
True. That's true. That's the mix-up. It's like I'm gonna let the trick go eventually. So you're gonna want to try to swing after my sweep. But yeah, just I don't know. It worked out. But great showing by Madzin, making top 8. Just had to play a bunch of Batman mirrors this weekend, I think.
Yeah. That was a neat set. I really wish we could have watched him play more, but it's not about just 2 players. It's about multiple. And here we have coming back up. It's a Foxy Gampa, and it looks like his opponent will be Slayer.
Foxy versus Slayer. Now, this was their first round match at the IPS finals, and it came down to the wire, but Slayer was able to pull out the win. Still, both of these players, neither one managed to make it into that top 8 spot at the IPS finals. They're both hungry for these wins, trying to reprove themselves. And this was a matchup of Deadshot against Catwoman. So I do feel, we're already seeing Slayer hover over Catwoman again. He's got to be confident. He's already done it once within the past week. That was only a week ago. It felt like a year. But on the other hand, oh no! Foxy's like, you're ready. All right, so.
What is this?
At Wednesday Night Fights, we saw Foxy practicing Cold a little bit. And he was saying, we talked to him. We said, what matchups don't you cover? And he's like, I cover all of them with my 2 characters, but I could cover them better with Cold.
Cold, because, Catwoman does fight Deadshot very well.
She does. I mean, both characters absolutely have a chance, but Cold, of course, made famous by Fox using him as one of his strongest counter picks in his entire cast.
Yeah.
So good against any character that has to move in on you. Now, we say that, but right now Slayer's doing exactly what she needs to do in this matchup. The real difficulty is that if Cold gets his momentum going, starts to throw out a single slow orb, it is nearly impossible.
Oh, and here is the start of it. He's going to... Oh, no.
Oh, a little bit bad timing there. He still managed to build a lot of trait. Now, here's going to be the question. How ready is Foxy's Cold? Oh, apparently not quite ready.
It's looking a little sheepish right now, but...
All right. Charges a little bit, gets the back 3, goes for a little bit easier. She cancels that in the trait. Yep, summons a little bit more.
Okay.
And actually, he's just managed to, in neutral, take a lot of damage from Slayer. Good tech, keeping his magic picks.
Oh, what? I think that was a backdash?
I did not see what happened right there. I mean, I saw her go past. It didn't look like a backdash, but Colt does have one of the best backdashes in the game, so it's hard to say.
Yeah, and right now, Slayer isn't really letting him get that 2nd level trait, which is what is so important in this matchup, which is what makes it so oppressive for Cold. Nice block. That was a good bait.
It was
just a little bit.
Oh, throw out the cold field. That's all he needs to do. No, didn't guarantee himself, Chip. Could have.
Yeah, he could have.
The best choice right there would have been to throw out the little orb, because not only did that guarantee him the win, but it would allow him to sit behind it and charge before he guaranteed himself that win. Cold is a very unique character. You have to know when you choose to take damage, when you choose to not take damage.
Time I tanned your hide.
You're on thin ice.
And so far, without getting his trait going really at all, Foxy has forced a clash out of Slayer.
Yeah, he is not even close to that full 2nd bar yet. But nice throw by Slayer.
Nice block.
Wow, that down one hit so far.
Yeah.
Oh, this is going to be a good amount of damage. What's the knockdown? 4-3 into the not hard knockdown, but no roll from Foxy. And look at all this damage he's taking. He might not get a chance to make this happen.
Nice tech. Wow. And that is it.
Wow, without even letting him clash. Now, Foxy, while he was playing very well in neutral, wow, immediately rematching, surprising. He was not able to set up anything that he needed to. And I think one of the biggest things is that he needs to find that first bar, just throw out an ice puddle on the ground,
and then
sit in the ice puddle, and then charge. Because it is so hard for Catwoman in particular to deal with that. She does have options.
She has whip trip pretty much.
She can pounce over it, but overall it becomes a tough situation. Now, he does have the first bar, but he doesn't have the space to throw out that puddle. Oh, and again, look, he's aggressing.
He has the bar,
aggressing is not what you need to do. There we go. That's going to be a full combo. He's going to get a little bit of charge, get the knockdown. That's going to build him the meter he needs to instead. Well, you know, he could have just set it up again. That's unsafe. No combo from Slayer.
Yeah, and that's just the beauty in the way that, you know, Fox does it, is he'll just sit on his ice trap, or he'll set up situations in which he gives himself time to charge the trait, and that's the biggest thing with this character.
Oh, nice trade. And that was in Slayer's favor because it keeps Foxy in the corner, and that's going to be a down one in a trade.
Yeah.
Foxy, I think, is playing a little bit too honest right now. That's the only way I'm going to put it. He's walking up, he's just trying to challenge with normals, he's trying to anti-air. He's just kind of playing a normal game that any sort of character could play.
Yeah, and
he's doing well at it. He's doing well,
right,
obviously.
but that's not Colt's strength.
Exactly. If you want to play like that, why not use any other character?
I've wasted enough time.
That was actually really far away for that to have
Yeah,
connected. That
I
is
was
a
not
larger
expecting
field
that.
than it seems like. At this point, he doesn't have any resources. Getting Gampa to jump in. Oh, no confirm, but Slayer just not blocking after he's at a negative. Oh, wow, tried to block it. That was a huge mistake.
I'm just toying with you.
Here comes a blizzard of pain.
Another thing that we see Echo Fox, Sonic Fox do as well is he is willing to just sit in that and take damage for the charge. He will sacrifice the damage for the charge.
Yeah, well, especially when he gets air freezes. That's his biggest thing, is if they're in the air, they not only
He doesn't even
are
combo.
they frozen,
Yeah.
but they fall down into a really long, hard knockdown state. So it gives him tons of time. He almost gets an entire charge, but we haven't even seen that situation arise before Foxy. And I don't know if we will. He's got to get out of this corner. Slayer didn't let him clash last time. He might not again. The back three could have connected. He wasn't ready.
Oh, man, so
Oh,
close.
he push blocked the unsafe charge. And what's he going to do here? I don't think he goes for trade. I think he goes for damage at this point. And Slayer running into another. Oh, but a good flip out. Now all he needs is chip.
Oh, and that's the trait. Gonna do it now. Rogue Slayer up 2-0 on a Foxy Grandpa.
And that just shows the mastery that Sonic Fox has of that character. I mean, Foxy is known as literally one of the greatest NRS players of all time.
Yeah,
and he's showing
absolutely.
that it is not easy, is not simple, not brain dead to be able to set up all of this stuff for Colt. Now, Colt, wow, going in a third game. That is incredible. I can't believe he's going for that.
But again, he's taking, instead of using the time he gets to charge the trade, he just tries to advance. Okay, here we go. Finally gets the 2 bars. Let's see what he can do with this.
Oh, nice conversion, anti-air, and this is where you would normally charge the entire time, but he's already got 2 bars, so I feel like he doesn't need it. And wow, still advancing, still playing aggressive. Wow, I don't even know why you would throw out the cold puddle. You have the 2 bars, throw it out.
Does he want level? Oh my goodness, he has level 3.
Level 3 is not that good. To be honest, it's considerably worse than the level 2. In fact, I don't think we've ever seen in competitive play
We haven't seen a level 3.
anybody use level 3. It's essentially just a full screen instant freeze, which you can convert off of normals with, but overall the conversions are so much stronger for level 2. And look at this, Foxy just doesn't even use
He doesn't
trade.
care.
Oh, raw down too from Slayer. That was a read. All right, knock him away. Use it. Why? Why are you continuing to aggress? I mean, I
don't
understand
it's
he's
working,
winning.
but I don't get it either.
At this point, I think oh wow, he finally throws it out. At that point, I would have loved to have seen him. Oh, to charge. You've got to charge. You've got to charge.
Got to charge.
Oh, he didn't charge. He threw out 2 ice puddles. Slayer just running into it again.
So he has a much different philosophy on Colt than we see Sonic Fox.
Extremely different. Now, it's almost guaranteed he's going to win this. Cold is not a character that you can easily close out games against.
Especially
as a
when he
melee
does
character.
have level 2 trait. Yeah, that's going to do it.
Oh.
Honor among thieves.
Hell will freeze over first.
Well, a lot of life back for Slayer, for sure. 3 bars. But
We get 30%.
there is, I mean, just pop the trade. Just throw it out, man. Just throw it out. Stop giving.
Relax, Evan.
I know.
Relax.
It's stressing me out. Like, why build your trait and then not use it, right?
You might get
The recovery on trait is nearly instant. It actually lets you combo off of certain things that you normally can't just because it's so fast and you can use that cancel advantage.
Oh, he's not charging. Actually, he may be able to get a comeback.
The potential's there. Good tech. Now resources are completely gone for Foxy.
This
If there's any chance, Slayer needs to take it now.
if anything, yeah, I would say that Foxy kind of actually gave him a chance, but he is low on HP. He doesn't have a lot left, and okay. God, that was stressful to watch. You're absolutely right.
He's so much more aggressive than Fox when Fox is playing a character, which is so strange to hear because Fox is almost
like
always the most
yeah.
aggressive with every character he plays. But when he chooses Cold, he knows exactly how to disrespect his opponent, exactly what his opponent can't do to deal with him, and he just plays it so well. But now we're seeing Slayer switch, and that's the issue to locking in the Cold. This matchup is so tough for Cold. Cold does not have any chances to build up anything. He gets beat in the neutral. He's essentially losing at every turn. His biggest option here is to really try to mix Black Adam up. But you really need to get everything started, and that is tough against Black Adam.
Oh, wow. Interesting. Dive kick went over just a little bit, so it reversed the direction in which he went. But yeah, as you were saying, this is definitely a more oppressive matchup for... I mean, Captain Cold, not only that, but Black Adam has options at full screen, which obviously Catwoman does not.
And boy, does he have options. Black Magic is such a good check on him trying to do anything.
Oh,
almost nice. It was nice conversion, bad full conversion. Wow, just returning with his 6 frame. He says, you know what, I got one too.
Oh, and Foxy spends 2 bars to try to save his first life bar, and he just loses it anyways. This is looking very abysmal.
He just threw the sandbag, just completely whipping anything.
But I mean, if there's a player that can do it, it is Foxy.
But yeah, in this matchup, it's going to be so tough. Foxy's great, but this is just... Captain Cold is one of those characters, he's very matchup dependent. And seeing someone like Slayer, who honestly, his Catwoman is his secondary, it was a dangerous pick to choose it in the first place.
Yeah.
Well, a little bit of pressure is happening. Oh, gets up. Oh, could have got the whiff punish, but was a little bit too early.
Yeah, he has to clash.
I might have underestimated you.
Famous last words.
The thing is that, again, Foxy has had these little moments to charge his trade and get things going, but he hasn't done so.
I mean, it's tough against Black Adam. He hasn't really been able to get too much started. Most of his damage has been from stray hits. This is a good opportunity. All right, he closes it out. I think he could have actually maybe done that a little bit better.
Yeah.
Had he just ended in the free... Oh, you know, he doesn't even have meter. No, that was the best he could have done.
But man, one thing that I will say Captain Cold has in spades is that down 2. He has arguably the best down 2 in the game.
His down 2 and his down 1 are both incredible, but the rest of his footsie strings are relatively slow, relatively short, and you have to have meter to convert off anything with him.
Man, Foxy's just getting clipped by the last part of that string.
At this point, the Black Adam B&B might be enough. Push block, Black Adam B&B. Can you survive through it? No, that chip is definitely going to be it. No, nice push block. And the lightning guarantees it. An interesting choice from Foxy Grandpa to pull out his Captain Cold in a situation like this. I'm not sure if it was ready, and it was especially risky choosing against Slayer, who had so many different options to counterpick Cold himself.
It's just weird because we saw a lot of missed opportunities for trait charge as well, and that's the biggest thing. Like, Captain Cold on his own, like just honest old Captain Cold, he's really not that strong. What makes him so ridiculous and oppressive is his level 2 trait and the way that he can just keep cycling that into itself. And we just didn't really see that at all coming out of Foxy. And which the most impressive thing about about everything I just said was that he was still doing a lot of damage and getting close in those games with just playing honest old Captain Cold.
Yeah, he was playing this like aggressive footsies Cold against characters with considerably strong footsies normals like Catwoman and Black Adam. And he was still doing well, but overall he didn't take advantage of, I think, what the strengths are in that matchup quite enough. The things that we've seen Fox use in that matchup so many times. But I mean, I understand that it was a good, interesting choice to pull it out, but I feel like in a matchup like that where they went to the last game at IPS Finals, it was so close, I would have loved to see him really go his main again and try it out again.
Try Deadshot, yeah.
And especially after the first game where it just didn't work out for him. But you know what? It was a nice showing. It's nice showing him. Nice to see him try out a new character. We haven't seen that many characters from him in this game, and Cold is always fun to watch.
Yeah, so, Cold is definitely fun to watch. Not fun to play against as much.
No, not even a little bit.
But overall, I mean,
unless you're Black Adam.
Right, but great showing from him. I mean, he's always been one of the strongest players from Europe that has always come down to the States or just anywhere and placing top 8. So he himself and Madzin are both out of the tournament. But, man, overall, those Europeans, man, they're strong.
They are, and here we go into our next losers match. So, of course, that means Foxy is now out of the tournament, and we will see the advance of Slayer through that crazy losers bracket match. But on the other side of losers, oh no, I'm sorry. Wait, oh yeah, this is losers.
This is losers.
King was in losers, but I don't actually know who knocked him there. I'm gonna have to double check that in the bracket pretty soon. But right now, King against BioHazard. Now the matchup will almost undoubtedly start off as Batman against Harley, which is what we see them pick right now. Batman against Bane is a tough matchup for Bane, and I was talking about this yesterday. Bio, one of his greatest strengths in this game is that not only does he have his set of characters, but he knows exactly when he's going to pick each one. He's never questioning himself. He's never thinking, do I go Batman, or sorry, do I go Bane, or do I go Harley? He's just like, okay, boom, I'm playing as King, I'm going Harley, no matter what. I know what I'm doing. I'm not second-guessing myself. He was ready.
Jaime tells me you skipped practice.
A little bug. What a snitch.
I need you to take this seriously. Begin.
And that's very canonical for this storyline, at least. For the Injustice storyline.
All right, starting off with aggro from Bio.
Nice.
We saw a little...
Commentator's curse is the worst thing ever. I hate it.
Well, it definitely did start off, but we did see a lot of really heavy aggression from Harley earlier with Krusty Christian. Earlier in pools.
Yeah, he's definitely the most, I think, aggressive Harley we've seen ever in Injustice 2.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you have to know how to play both play styles with Harley. She does have it both. She can keep herself relatively safe in both options. Just her little hits don't do a whole lot of damage. So you need to know when you can convert, when you get those little bits of extra damage, and really when you can chip. Chip is a huge deal for her.
Yeah. All right, getting that interactable out of play as they're both catching characters, and it can lead to a lot of damage. Bat gonna catch, corner pressure. And he tried to jump out.
Oh, the jump back two combo.
That was slick.
I have never seen that. That was really nice, but Bio does manage to make it out of the corner. Now, this has been considered one of Batman's bad matchups just because it's hard for him to get in. The instant jump two is
How does it feel, Batman?
On the flip side, though, he can play the zoning game if he gets the life lead himself. Oh, double jump two. We got all these double jump combos, and that's going to be the whiff punish, even if he was able to get up and block, it would have chipped.
Yep, that was a great way to close it out.
Oh, likewise, one shooting from the air, one shooting into the air. Both these players, or both these characters, can control a lot of space with their projectiles. Oh, nice escape from the combo. That's a great choice by Bio. Bio knows when to use his meter well because Harley builds a ton of meter, both on offense and in zoning, and she doesn't really use it for a lot. She's one of the characters where using meter doesn't really increase her damage.
That was dirty.
Enjoy this.
Careful, Harley.
Wow, Bio going two. Getting all that back. Like I was saying, though, she built a lot of meter.
Definitely trying to slow things down as Bio, but he gets caught going in.
Oh, getting underneath the gunshot. Oh, catching with the conversion. Could have actually used that bar for another hit, but instead saving the meter for this.
Oh, backdash, gets the overhead.
Should I dial it back?
That's the bat in your belfry talking.
And now Bio's got a lot of space to zone, throwing out the cheetah. Well,
the cheetah?
Yo, imagine if Cheetah ran out instead of the hyena.
That'd actually be hilarious.
That would be sick. Cheetah and Catwoman. See the animal people. Or Grodd. Ooh, that'd be too good, though. He's giant. Oh, that could have been a big whiff punish. How did he miss that? Already preemptively jumping, I think. And now King could potentially play the zoning game. And that's what we're going to see. But that's the big issue there, is that the gunshots can...
Oh, no life left.
Oh, that was a mistake, but King didn't press anything. Oh, Bio gets over the explosion with the air gunshots. That was so smart, but now one bar is going to guarantee the chip.
He tried to backdash. Yeah, I respect that.
It was a smart choice.
That's pretty much all he could have done.
Yeah, he could have maybe he was either backdash or tried to wake up,
yeah.
but her wake ups are actually not fully invincible, so there was a better chance of avoiding with backdash than that. Of course, King actually blew it up behind her, so that wake up might have worked. Who knows?
To see if your training's sinking
It's still, he tried something. That's what's most important. You see way too many times players go down while they still have some option. I mean, they'll get meatied by just like one little hit. They could try to backdash. They could try to wake up. Just do something. Never just give up. Batman doesn't give up.
No. Because
he never gives up.
Right. He even says it, I won't quit.
Oh, that's what I meant.
I am curious to know, though, if Bio does lose this game, if he will inevitably switch to Bane or maybe, I don't know, Deadshot. I don't even know if that matchup's really good for him, but...
Well, as far as matchups are considered, Harley's definitely the best in this matchup out of his crew.
Out of his crew. No, I agree.
But overall, I think if he did have to go to kind of like a crazy pick like that, I feel like Bane could be the one.
I agree.
If you're trying to make a 3-0 comeback, why not go Bane? Why not try to overwhelm them? But right now, I mean, he's got a huge lead. It doesn't seem like he's going to have to get into that situation. This could very potentially be enough to kill.
That is going to be it.
Look at that, 436 damage meterless. That is so much. Both of these characters have some of the highest meterless damage in the game.
Yeah, Harley hits really, really hard. On top of that, she has great tools for almost every situation, and she can close out games with a lot of chip options. So, again, really, really good character.
And I love BioHazard's usage of neutral jump. You see, he neutral jumps a lot into neutral jump, too. Oh, there it is again, actually making Batman go underneath her.
And it's been pretty difficult for Forever King to find his way in or find a hit. He finally does, though.
Oh, picks her up off of the interactable. That is not the first time. Forever King seems like, in particular, he catches people out of interactables a lot. Oh, wow, double gunshot, expecting the jump twice. But neither time coming out. King just being patient, taking the chip. Also, though, allowing Bio to build a lot of meter.
Yep. And Bio is playing this very well. He's just going to say he still has his first life bar, but finally loses it after all that time.
Oh, wow.
That was... I don't know if he was trying to get a cross-up or just move towards the center of the screen, but that was cool.
I don't think you can get a cross-up setup with that. I don't think it recovers quite fast enough. But regardless, he was an advantage in Batman's face. He got out of the corner, which is exactly what he wanted. Whoa, the cross-up. So that is a very intentional setup. I don't know if intentionally it was done by King. We did see Nubcakes do it accidentally at Evo. But you can hit them with the back of forward 2-3 as long as they're in some sort of like long knockdown. Either they don't tech roll off something or they're in a hard knockdown because it does move forward and it has a hitbox behind it.
Now this is more like it.
Careful, Harleen.
That's what he always tells her, careful.
Try harder.
Oh, and Cupcakes for the first time. Oh no. This is going to be big. And again, I mean, we've seen more air escapes in this set than in these two games than we've seen in like the rest of top 8.
That's because both of these players, especially Bao, I mean, they really use all the new core system mechanics in the game. Push blocks, we see a lot of that. That was in the old game. We see air escapes, we see meter burn rolls right there.
Right there, exactly right there. Oh, and the hyena! Thank you!
That is going to do it, so BioHazard tying it up 1-1.
Bud, the best friend right there.
And I will say that these are grueling games for both players because these are not quick, rush downy games. This is
Take care of Wonder Woman, right?
By take care of, you mean put in jail?
Yeah, that's exactly what I meant.
yeah, but what I was saying is these are long and very thought out games. Like these can be very exhausting on your psyche.
They definitely can. These have been extremely long games. This has been, I think, so far, this will end up being the longest set. Even if we go another 2 games, I can almost guarantee it, of our top 8 so far. It's just so much patience from both of these players. King is not letting himself get opened up, I say, as he gets opened up. And Bio is just playing so
never
patient.
Ceases to fail.
And that's it. That is
Commentator's curse. will always be one of the worst things for all commentators. Everyone goes through it.
It happens. But there we go. Bio with a huge lead this time.
Yeah, this is, and I was literally just saying, oh man, these are going to be longer league sets. No one's going to open up someone else too many times, and then BioHazard with a huge life lead.
Oh, wasn't able to put the bomb on the interactable in time, and then he gets punished heavily for it. Oh, wow. Dropped that.
Wow, met him in the air, and complete opposite of last game. Very quick life bars for both players.
I think he was just using the interactable so that he didn't have to deal with it.
Get away with, or get rid of it, yeah.
In a gadget versus... Wow, what a read on the backdash. We saw King do that a lot earlier this weekend.
Push yourself harder.
But in the gadget versus gadget matchup, it's very important for the one who has the zoning advantage to be able to use the interactables, because
just get rid of him, yeah.
well, yeah, the other person, the one on the aggressive side, should be getting rid of them, because if you have to walk back, that means that the person walking back into the interactables has the ability to use it as a defensive tool before the one aggressing does.
Oh, beautiful use of float there. Drops the combo though, air to air. Still BioHazard in the corner, manages to find his way out using the interactable. And this is a pretty much dead even match. The only difference is Forever King does have access to Clash.
Oh, forward one in a low.
Better, but not good enough.
I can still cut you, sweetie.
Oh, King spending a lot, getting his life back. But, oh no, full conversion from Bio off of the wake up.
I don't know if he was expecting it to hit or if that was a missed input, but unfortunate drop from Bio.
And now King has the life lead. Neither player with Clash available, so a combo will be it. Maybe not quite so.
Not so much for
Bio.
King, yeah. Or rather,
yeah,
King's health.
Exactly. Oh, you know what? This might not be enough to kill. He doesn't have any meter. He's going to have to land one more mix-up, and
there
that's
it is.
going to be it. King taking game 2. They're going back and forth, 1 and 1 and 1. We're going back to players. Oh no, we're going to rematch. That looked like he was going to player select. He's confident. I mean, he took that first life bar so quickly.
Yeah,
I
you
think
need
he
to
can do it again.
concentrate, Harley.
I'm thinking botany. Maybe English?
Not at all what I meant. Begin.
Yep, Bio, I mean, sticking with Harley is fine. I don't think he's really hurting himself by locking him into that character, but he's getting so many good situations in his favor, but then he's not capitalizing on all of them. That's the problem.
Oh, and that was the no cross-up mix-up. BioHazard blocking backwards, but no cross-up happened, and now King taking the early lead.
Oh, big overhead. Silly kicks. Set up, goes. Oh no! He anticipated that King wanted just to get out of the way of the interactable, and he was able to chase him down with a tantrum set. It's very nice.
Oh, getting over the hyena, but actually could have been full combo punished for it. Oh, and that is going to be big. That's going to probably be a restand, knowing King. Yep. King is in love with Batman restands.
In love, you say?
King has knocked down his opponent like 3 times ever.
We need to discuss the guns.
Oh, push blocking the plus frames, and that's going to be 1 life bar piece.
Yeah, again, another big overhead coming out of BioHazard. He's been using that really well in neutral, spacing it out beautifully.
King's being so patient getting through the zoning. We really haven't seen him get opened up by too much zoning in general. I mean, he has to take a decent amount of chip, but you just have to against Harley. If you try to escape everything, if you try to slip through all of her zoning, there's a lot of situations where you just literally cannot.
Wow, look at this movement. Dancing around each other, backdashing each other's normals.
Oh, using the hyena for an advantage this time to switch sides. Interesting.
Oh,
jump 2, jump 3. Oh, that's unsafe.
Yeah, and that could have been a really nice whiff punish. Burning bar to get out, but still gets tagged. Fortunately for Bio, King drops the combo in a clash.
You're going to get hurt.
Pete's working 9 to 5.
Oh, and Bio needs to get out of the corner. Oh, uses the... Wow,
Wow,
that was
hit.
a huge hitbox. That seemed like King was way out of that range, but that's a good opening for King.
Now this is more like it.
You're still a step slow.
Bio getting back to 15. Oh, wow, down
Just
2 disrespect.
do
I
it.
don't think we've seen a single game today without a raw down 2, and this should be enough to kill. Bio is going to tie it up.
But again, King has been here before. He just went through the situation with Madzin where it was a Batman mirror that went to the very final game, so he's ready. And both these players in this matchup look good. They look great.
You're doing. King is going to go back to player select, think about his matchup. He could choose Deadshot here, or maybe he's just trying to think about it, put a little bit of a defilade in the action, but he is not. He is going to go Deadshot, going for the counter pick, generally known as a tough matchup for Harley, but if you're not good at the matchup, the Harley can easily overwhelm you.
That's true.
Hey, it's Deadpan.
Versus Bedpan.
Ready for some slapstick?
Begin.
All right, here we go on Brainiac ship, so that means that background bounces will be good. We saw that work out really well for Foxy using Deadshot earlier, but look at this. King, he's a great zoner with Deadshot, but we saw this before. Krusty actually against Dab in this match. Or maybe,
Yes.
Yeah, no, sorry, it wasn't Dab, it was...
Krusty against...
someone else. Oh, it was against Foxy. Foxy, who we saw here.
Foxy, who's a person that is here, yes.
Yes, he's most definitely here, but we see Forever King definitely going for the zoning game. He will be able to outzone Harley, but when Harley gets in, it's going to be scary. That is
Nice
unsafe.
check.
That could have been
Yeah.
a full combo punish. Oh, good block on the overhead. That's one of the first times that we've seen him block the overhead. Gets punished on his landing frames. What's the mix-up? Cross-up jump 2.
Oh, nice delayed guns. That is going to be unblockable.
Oh no, he's got to get away!
Yeah, he's not gonna get away,
He
but-
wasn't able to. And a great conversion.
Yeah.
That was so much damage from King. Tying it up with just that projectile into the chip. Oh, and Cupcake tried to get the guaranteed chip kill, but wasn't able to make it. And those air shots are not quite low enough to be able to check Bio on the ground. King putting himself at a big risk. No full conversion from Bio.
Still has that first life bar, try to get conversion. No one's there. And another knee. So it is once again for Forever King down to the final match, tied up, and the last life bar.
And these plays have gone back and forth, literally one game apiece in a row. Forever King did win the first one, so he could potentially win the last one if it continues to that pattern, but it's a different character. Bio has the lead. He still has to get in, though.
Both players also still have availability to clash.
If they even get a chance in a zoning matchup like this. Oh, and finally King taking the advantage. Bio hasn't been able to make it in. He's got to make a good read. That's a good start. Wow, not able to anti-air it. Oh, the whiff and a good punish from King.
Nice air to air, an immediate clash.
Go to the brain ends this.
It's not a game no more.
A lot of health back for King. Bio has to make so much damage back. If he can even get in. And
Oh no, and
that
those
is
knockback
tough.
bullets.
Look at all this chip, and this is almost guaranteed. If he can build one more bar,
Oh, wait a second.
But no more clash available for King. This could be mix-up into mix-up. Blocks the cross-up. Oh, good
Push
block on the
block.
low. Push block was
And
exactly
there
what
it
he
is,
needed.
a straight shot. Will do it.
And so the counter pick to Deadshot working out as well as we've seen it work it out multiple times before. The counter pick to Deadshot is such an important character to have in your pocket for this game. For matchups just like that. And that is an issue with locking yourself into a final game with a character like Harley, who has a very disadvantageous matchup against a character like Deadshot. And Theo was literally about to walk in front of the screen.
Yeah,
he was 2 steps away from doing it.
I kind of wish he did.
He's banned. Who is this guy? Who is
Where
this
are
guy?
you? Where are you from, by the way? You're not from SoCal.
He said
Superman is not. See, I told you yesterday. Theonidas specifically told me that he thinks that Superman is at the number 18 spot on the tier list. 18. That is what he told me.
Never trust a Superman down player. Number 1 rule of life: never trust a Superman down player. And that's why you never trust Theo.
Well,
But-
technically he's a Supergirl player. No, he does still play.
He's still a Superman
He still
down player.
dabbles in that low-tier character, Superman.
Right, but now we've made it down to the top 4 players in this tournament. 2 of them clumsily walking behind us. Dragon and Theo, those are going to be your players in winners finals. Theo immediately downplaying. I think that was his option select for in case he loses to Dragon in this match. Saying that
Another
Superman
thing
is
with
the top
Theo
10.
is like I feel like it's so hard to take him seriously sometimes because like if you don't follow him on Twitter, by the way, you should because his tweets are hilarious. But with him, I just don't know when he's being facetious or serious. You can never tell. He's ambiguous.
He is ambiguous. I don't know. This is no mix-up. He's a Superman player. It's always looks the same way, no matter what, and it's just gonna hit you.
Down one into scoop, you know. You never know when it's gonna come out.
2-2 scoop.
2-2 scoop.
2-2
Oh, the
scoop.
classic.
The classic.
Yeah. Man, those were good days.
Ooh, I heard an interesting character pick. I heard it, but I don't know if it's real. We're gonna see. But I think they are button checking right now.
It's a button check.
But winners finals, Theo against Dragon. Now Theo, he has been doing well at a lot of tournaments, but we haven't seen him in that top 3, top 2 spot for I feel a little bit.
It's been a while. Again, he's coming out of pretty much retirement, right? He played MKX. He didn't really travel for it or play too much. But
the socks. The socks! Look at that!
But I saw those when we were crossing paths, and I was like, hey, nice socks. And he was like, hey, thanks.
I wish he would wear a suit to tournaments, and then whenever he comes up to play, he just like rips the suit shirt. Well, I can't even talk, and it just has the Superman thing underneath.
Superman logo, yeah.
That would be amazing. But you know what? The socks work too.
What would have been amazing is if you explained that correctly, so it would have sounded better. But right.
I tried. It's real. This is actually happening. You can see the pick on the stage. They've gone through the button checks. Dr. Fate for Dragon. This is not a character that I've seen him ever play before. It may have happened before, and I just missed it.
Yeah, I haven't seen him really play this character either.
Not only an interesting choice, but an interesting choice to choose in this matchup. Supergirl is a character that can absolutely challenge the zoning of Fate. She also, of course, has the teleport, so on a good reach, she's going to punish him so hard for it. And the mobility for her means that it's not easy for him either. Interesting choice, especially compared to the fact that he has Black Adam in his sleeve. He has a bunch of other characters, but you know what? It's working out so far.
Yeah. The thing that's crazy is this is the second time we've seen Fate for a brand new player in Injustice 2. We saw it with Tekken Master at IPS. We weren't expecting him to pull that character out, and he did, and now Dragon doing the same thing.
Yeah, you know, much more interesting matchup.
Yeah.
Especially because Superman Fate is considered relatively tough also. And that's another option that Theo, of course, has in his box. And there we go. That's one of the toughest things for Fate.
Oh, my goodness!
I do like this, though. Honestly, so much damage has come from Dragon just playing good neutral. And Dragon actually converting into the traded Onk, which is one of the things that we actually don't see too many conversions into. A lot of Fates, they try to build up their little Onks as opposed to the glyph.
Little baby,
and use those
baby Onks.
Yeah, the baby Onks. But here we go. Theo has got Dragon in the spot that he wants him. He's going to be able to pressure in the corner. That's where Supergirl is easily the scariest.
Yeah. I mean, she's scary everywhere, though, but yeah, especially in the corner.
She's scary in the corner because if she hits you with a combo, you have to sit there for like 30 seconds while
watching it, yeah. And now it does damage.
Nice background bounce, jump 2. It's going to be a hard knockdown. No mix-up. Theo just backing up. I don't think I've ever seen Theo actually go for a mix-up.
Theo's strength lies in his patience and his fundamentals. I mean, easily.
Oh, that's a punish. Nice conversion. Although that wasn't what he meant to do at all. He set up the damage field and then walked into it. If he was outside of trade, at least he would have got a little bit of life back, but that literally was useless for him. I think he might have also spent meter. Not sure. But you know what? Dragon's keeping this close.
Oh my goodness. Good damage coming in, all unclashable. Pressure now. Theo getting some chip in there, about evening it up.
Look at these air baits. I think on the way back, we should see something from Dragon. Oh, this is going to be so much damage. Keeping it unclashable. Theo just trying to chip out. He's only got 1 or 2 laser shots left before he's out, though.
And what?
Oh, no more clash available.
What a challenge. Yeah, that was very well done by Theo.
And are we going to see the switch? No, Dragon in winners finals sticking again with Fate? I don't know what's going on. Do we have some other players sitting behind the stage playing for Dragons?
I don't know. And these decisions of like character decisions have also been like really just strange all throughout the tournament, right? It's
yeah. I mean, especially this, and then of course Foxy earlier in the day.
Yeah, Foxy. Yeah.
Very confusing. Actually, if any of you out there have seen Dragon play Fate at all before, tell me on Twitter, because I literally have never seen it, and I'm wondering if this is just something that I missed. Because of course Dragon does play quite a few characters. You know, he's even played Wonder Woman, which we haven't seen too much of this weekend, or even at all. And Aquaman, we haven't seen at all in top 8.
And that's the character he actually used the most to get to top 8.
That's true.
Here, yeah.
But, you know, his Fate's looking really good. He's kept it very close to even with Theo.
Fortunately, only getting hit by one of those fireballs, but here we go.
And taking the first life bar again. I think he's taken the first life bar both games so far. Just so many forward 2 and glyph checks. Dragon has actually hit those more than they've been blocked, which is extremely impressive.
Right. He does also have 4 bars as well, and he is going to retain all 4 going into the final life bar here.
Oh, stuffing out the full trait laser. That's going to waste so many resources from Theo. And finally, we're seeing a teleport. If that was meter burn, that would have been a lot of damage, but it wasn't.
Yeah, that's another interesting thing. When Dragon is meter burning the fireballs, I don't see Theo, or I wonder if Theo could even just jump back and then air dash and react with the teleport while he's still throwing those out.
I have no idea. I think it's a good chance, but Theo just hasn't even tried for it.
Using 2 bars on block now. This is a very advantageous situation for Dragon as he just wakes up, and that's what I was talking about. Beautiful stuff from Theo.
I think I found my calling.
Oh, wake up forward too. That was really risky, but it got him out of the situation. And whoa, raw teleports again from Theo.
Oh, he scooped him out of the air.
Oh, keeping it completely unclashable. That's
Wait
still
a second.
so heavy, but
oh, that's super! It's gonna hit.
Oh, catching him out of the throw. I mean, that's one way to use your meter.
Sure.
Might as well. Dragon doesn't seem happy about that. How can you not be happy after you win by killing someone with a super?
Dragon is a really mentally, he's a really old man, so like he doesn't really get excited about many things. I mean, when he won Evo, he kind of just looked at the crowd like, yeah, I did it. And he's an old man in a young man's body. There we go.
All right, and I do have Airvidal telling me on Twitter that he did actually pick him up on Monday, and he used him in grand finals of Wednesday Night Fights. So I actually wasn't able to see that match. I assumed that it was going to be Aquaman against Batman again, against Nubcakes, but apparently he used Fate, and he won the whole thing, eliminating Nubcakes. And I guess he's just gelling with the character.
Wow, and beautiful pressure now coming out of Theo. And this is that long corner combo you were talking about, Evan. Trying to chip it out.
Almost guaranteed chip, not quite there, but
nice down
two
to finish it off.
And you have to do that very preemptively, or not really preemptively, but a very good reaction, because the jump-ins from Fate are some of the best in the entire game. His jump through has a huge hit.
Magic weakens your power.
I'm gonna prove you wrong.
All right, now Theo for the first time taking a good advantage. Ooh, nice back to anti-air. Trait wasn't available, so that was just about all the conversion that Dragon would have been able to get. And that time he chose not to use meter, very smart, keeping it meterless, it's all he needed. Now, again, I'm really just questioning. This Fate pick is definitely working out for him. This is extremely close on both sides, but why choose it against Supergirl? I'm trying to think of what any of the advantages could be. I mean, her footsie normal is 9 frames, and his footsie normal is 9 frames. So maybe he just wants to challenge her in footsies, and that's why we've seen so many forward 2s work out for him. Oh, or not work out for him.
That beautiful curse. Oh, drops the combo. See, like right there, couldn't he? I wonder if he could have teleported, but then obviously he would have put himself in the corner, but still, that's a punish.
Oh, getting hit by the tire.
And So's getting hit by the tire.
I love seeing somebody get hit by that. Oh, a little bit of chip from the ice. And this is going to be so tough to get out of.
It.
Now, I think we're going to see a different character. Now that was a little easy for me to call because I already saw the thing, but it makes sense to see a different character. Whoa, no, you know what? Locked into Dr. Fate, going to a different stage. This is so interesting. Why do we see both him and Foxy
I don't know.
choosing completely new characters, 2 majors, in
top 8? Yeah.
And not even in top 8. This is winners finals.
Yeah, you could easily argue that the person who wins this will go on to win the entire event.
It's very possible. I mean, they're going to have a huge advantage if going into grand finals and winners. And Theo, I actually can't think of the last time that Theo won an event. Now, maybe I'm just getting confused, but I mean, he's an amazing player. But both Theo and Dragon,
Yeah, winning
really
an offline event, it's been a while for Theo, I believe.
Yeah, I feel like it has been too. Oh, 2 down ones. That down one is going to be somewhat difficult for Fate to deal with. He's got a fast down one also, but it's very short. And Supergirl, I think, has one of the longer down ones in the game. I would have to guess.
She does. It's not the longest, but it's definitely one of the longer ones, yeah.
Plus, it's low. So overall, it's just a great down one. I mean, it doesn't really have
Oh, and what a block.
Nice.
Nice punish as well.
And almost could have got a conversion off of that, but that'll definitely be the punish for the kill. Dragon in a good spot to try to tie the setup. Oh, that is big. Good clash by Theo.
Here's a taste of girl power.
The Ark protects me.
So the real weird thing about Fate combos is that they have a lot of scaling based on your starter. When you do manage to get them in the corner, the scaling is almost non-existent, and Fate damage becomes insane.
Yeah.
If you land a 4-3 with Fate, he gets like 500 damage meterless in the corner. An air-to-air jump 3 could have ended up being easily in that area. 450, 400, completely meterless into a knockdown, into a mix-up. So Theo just wanted to get out of that situation. It's working out for him, or maybe not too well.
I mean, he's trying to slowly chip away at that first life bar of Dragon, but that is the problem. Dragon still has his first life bar. And here we go, combo. I love that streak.
And there we go. We are finally seeing the teleport. We've seen teleports coming out a little bit more and more as the set goes on.
I mean, I'm not even like really suggesting that he even teleports like a bunch, but when he does have the ability to, especially after being in the air when those meter burn orbs are coming out, I mean, that's a free punish.
That is. Oh, and this is going to be. Oh, that should be a punish. No, not quite able to punish it.
Oh, your face!
The orb!
He just went face first into Fate's orb.
No! Oh, it's unfortunate. I would not be surprised if we saw switch to Superman. We do. And this is going to go to Game 5 of Winter Finals here at SoCal Regionals. Also, I have to say on Twitter, I was just reminded, which I totally forgot about because it was at the same time as ECT, but Jared Matthews reminded me that Theo did win first attack in Puerto Rico that weekend. But I completely forgot about it because it was that crazy weekend where we had 400 tournaments. But here we go. Game 5 in Winners Finals. Who will make it into Grand Finals? We're seeing Theo go back to his classic Superman. And this is the issue in the matchup, the air lasers.
Theo was doing really well, by the way, with Supergirl.
He was, but I mean, it's his classic.
The problem is we showed the socks, and you can't play the character when we show the socks.
That's true. Her S is just slightly different. Oh, good conversion. This is going to be all the way into the corner. Ooh,
nice patience.
That was smart.
That was really good patience. Good decision from Dragon, but also really great patience from Theo. Again, he is like the most patient player I think we have in the NRS.
His main mix-up is literally just do nothing.
Nothing, yeah. He's like a whisper in the wind. He doesn't need to do anything. I don't know.
Ooh, nice whip punish, full combo. And Dragon, I don't think has ever gone for anything other than that full ender. Now, this is a max damage ender. It does get a nice
It is a max damage, but he also loses setup potential.
Right, we do see a lot of other Fates end in maybe like forward 2, up 3 into the slow orbs traveling them as they're getting up. Same thing with 1-1-2. A lot of people summon Onks from it.
The main thing is Dragon doesn't summon Onks. He does not utilize those the way other Fates do.
He literally has not used a single one. Oh, and not quite Chip able to punish. Theo thought he was going to be able to build that meter. He wasn't. And then it made it punishable. If he had, he would have been able to potentially get the chip. And ooh, nice. What is my Fate?
Beautiful air to air. And again, Dragon is still on his first life bar. This is huge. Theo needs to get rid of that as soon as possible, but he's just bleeding free damage here for Dragon.
And that's,
no, it's not enough. That will, however.
You know what, though? That was a fine thing to get rid of with your magic picture. To get rid of that interactable so that Superman can no longer use it as a defensive tool, it's not that bad. Blocks the orb. Down the end, both players can clash. So much meter for Dragon, not much at all for Theo. Oh, and this is
that
so much
straight
damage.
laser was almost out of there, but yeah, so much damage, especially with traded orbs coming out, excuse me, fireballs from Fate.
200 damage when you meter burn it. Dragon's getting a little bit impatient. He's not willing to play the zoning game, but no, could have got the whiff punish. So close.
That was nuts.
He hits straight out again, so now his zoning will be in his favor or not.
Oh, and that straight laser doing just as much damage.
It's getting down to the end. It's just a few hits for either.
Oh,
going past each other.
Still a bar for each player now. Only a bar for Dragon. He's going to get the hit. Nothing else converts. This is so close. I don't want to say anything. Oh, soup! And that is it. He did a dash punch right in Dragon's face.
Jumping up, getting into that situation where it was an unavoidable chip laser, the classic way that Theo wins. I mean, that's the Theo B&B, really. Right above their head, throw out the laser,
yeah.
but what a close match.
That dash punch at the very end was... It was so unexpected, too, right? Because Theo hadn't... I don't think he used it at all that whole game.
Yeah.
And then... As Dragon was walking forward, he's like, "Shut up!" He just goes right in his face. That was nuts.
It was the big risk. He knew he had to do something different in that situation.
He did. He really did. And that was it. It was the dash punch. Yeah.
He was a little bit of a disadvantage. He took it back, guaranteed himself that chip kill. But wow,
that was a really impressive fate for Dragon, though.
All 5 games.
Yeah.
For Dragon, for one of the first times I think that he's pulled it out in any major. I think the first time he's ever pulled out in a major.
At a major, yes. Apparently, at a weekly, he did it at Wednesday Night Fights just before this tournament. But we had not seen a fate from him before, and that was a really solid fate. The only thing we didn't see from his fate was just the Onk setups, or just Onks in general.
Right. He plays a very different game. All he does is he plays a very normal zoning game.
Sure.
He doesn't do a whole lot of setups. He takes his damage, plays his neutral, which is of course really what he's best at. His safe pressure, his his whiff.
And that's fine. I mean, we weren't even really criticizing him for not using the Onks. It's just there's a lot of different fates that like to utilize those, and for whatever reason he doesn't. Does it still work for him? Absolutely. He still has the fundamentals and the knowledge to play the character really well too, I might add.
It's true, and but you know what? He's still going to have a chance. He's still going to be in Losers Finals to play against the winner of our next match, which is going to be Forever King against Slayer. This is a rematch, or not a rematch, but kind of a re-meeting of 2 of the old Yomi boys.
Yes.
2 of the best friends, I think, that were over there.
Super best friends.
They have played 100 million gajillion times. At the Yomi house, at majors.
One could say they are familiar with each other.
They are quite familiar with each other. And now the matchup looks like it's going to be Batman against Supergirl? Now this is, again, a button check, so it could be different.
Is SCR like the testing grounds for these players to bring out new characters at a major?
Maybe. I'm not even going to be surprised at it anymore. This is weird. So I'm gonna go ahead and say this outright. This is just it's just a big part of the game. I think that character loyalty is not good. I'm going to go ahead and throw that out.
I will agree. I will agree. In this game,
so much of the skill of this game is being able to cover all of your matchups. So you need a team. This is almost like a team game.
A squad, yeah. You definitely
have to
need a
choose your squad. And all these players are really trying to decide that. It's understandable. IPS is over. The ICS Finals, E-League is on for about another month. So it's trying to decide who they want to use. And I don't think Slayer's going to want to use Supergirl. Oh, but he's getting some openings, doesn't get the conversion. Neither player getting the conversion. What is this?
Yeah, I mean, this is also, again, this is a really good place, like you were saying, because of the timing of the finals at E-League to try out different characters in a major setting, in a top 8 setting. So, I mean, it makes sense. It's just so weird because for so long we've only been seeing these players, these guys playing certain characters, and now they're out of that comfort zone for us.
Yeah, and out of their own comfort zones too. I mean, we've seen both players so far that have tried their new characters for the first time in this top 8 lose. Now, Dragons was obviously going extremely well. It was so close, but the fact that he locked himself into that Superman matchup at the end was just unfortunate for him. I really would have liked to see him go Black Adam at the end to try to just, kind of at least force an even matchup across the board. And Slayer's struggling a little bit too. I've actually never seen Slayer really go Supergirl. And one thing that I talked to him about before this tournament, just in general, is after IPS, he was kind of bummed. And I was like, I was telling him, I think he needs to just choose on a set of characters. That's one thing that I've been talking about for BioHazard is he knows his set of characters. He knows when he's using each one. Slayer is confused every single time before he plays the match. He goes up and then he has to decide then he's not confident, he's not playing at his best. So, you know, he plays against Batman. Is he going to go as Aquaman? Is he going to go as Supergirl? Is he going to go as Black Adam? They're all fine matchups.
Sure.
But which one is he going to go?
But he's not. Yeah, he's not confident in which pick he should choose, and that leads to him, like you said earlier, not playing his best.
Oh, but this could be a big whip punish. One more mix-up could kill. Goes for the hard knockdown and just a jump one. Oh,
beautiful
throw
bait. Yeah,
that was the real mix-up right there. He knew that the jump one was going to get blocked, and he just made it seem like he was going to throw afterwards. Again, we're talking about how Slayer is one of the best in the game at throw punishing.
Throw punishing and really just converting off of anything. I mean, that's always been kind of Slayer's MO.
Oh, absolutely. Especially back to Kung Jin.
Yeah. And this should be all but over. Oh, wait a second.
Good block by King.
Oh my goodness.
What? Jump to, normal teleport. Throw. All right, some stuff starting.
Slayer doing this? Is this happening?
Oh, another
is this
throw
real?
bait.
Oh, I don't. Is that?
Whoa, okay, the clash. This is going to make it so difficult.
Yeah.
For the
He's going to make it much harder, for sure. Is Slayer going to do something crazy like teleport?
Or up laser on Wake Up. Whatever works.
That was almost as crazy. Slayer, he can do this.
What is this? Extreme patience from
No,
King?
no, he cannot.
He
I
cannot
lied.
do it. Making the comeback would have had to have been the best read of all time. I would have loved to see some actual just straight lasers, because if it caught King moving and not reacting in time, it would have got rid of the bats, and then he would have had a chance. But unfortunately, he didn't do it. And the Supergirl pick, you know, overall it didn't do that bad. The comeback at the end
It didn't do that
was,
bad, but that's definitely. I mean, it didn't look like a very strong Slayer. I mean, he was trying to make the comeback. King was getting caught by a lot of errant hits. I don't know. I don't know if Supergirl is right for him right now, but if he wants to get the practice in and see how it works in a major, I mean, this is also a good place to test it, so he's going to go through with it again.
He is. We are just seeing these weird picks today, and Supergirl going into game 2. I mean, if he can keep confusing King like he did in that left side corner, he can make it work, but I don't know, in the neutral, he doesn't seem as confident as he is with his other characters. Teabagging after every freeze. That Supergirl freeze is so
It's plus
long,
like 120 or something ridiculous.
Yeah, but you know, every time he teabags, he's actually denying himself the chance to build meter.
Yes,
And that's pretty big. I mean, if you don't have meter with Supergirl, your combos are very small.
Bitty.
Of course, the idea is as soon as you land a freeze, you can do her uppercut, and it whiffs. It doesn't actually hit, but it builds a good amount of meter.
That, or you see a lot of air dash.
Air throw.
Yeah, air throw.
That's the option for when you want to switch sides with the opponent and still get the combo.
Oh, no punish coming out. King maybe expecting the meter burn to float, but here we go. Little teabag, of course. Not building the meter. For him, it's the mental damage more than the bar building. And this is looking a lot better for Slayer.
It is. He's
a
playing
lot
more
cleaner.
solid.
Yeah, a lot cleaner this game.
I can knock you down all day.
Just the sound it makes when her.
Wow, and look at this patience from King. Whoa, good punish on the jump one. That was really ambiguous. I mean, literally, she crisscrossed sides. Oh, and there we go, giving it back to Slayer, but Slayer blocking the mix-up.
You know, for a second, I thought you were going to say crisscross applesauce.
I definitely did not say that.
I know.
Would you have liked me to say that?
Man, now I want applesauce, kind of.
You always want
Something to eat? Yes. It's very obvious. You can see it.
Oh, dash in, down one, and that was unsafe, but no punish.
Unsafe. And still, Slayer is living on his first life bar. And still! Okay.
I'm tired of Kryptonian.
And what a way to close it out. Just like an actual up batarang that just hits her. And this has been so patient. This is a very different playstyle than we almost ever see from both of these players.
I agree.
I mean,
King not so much with Slayer.
Well, it depends on the matchup for Slayer usually, but overall, this is just like, it's not even like one person's backing away and the other is trying to get in.
This is almost like watching,
kind of like sitting there, like respecting each other, but it may be the fact that these two have played each other so many times in the past. I mean,
this is like watching two Theos.
it's very much like watching two Theos. I mean, it's actually a lot like we saw in the last game. Dragon, Theo, both extremely patient mid-range players, and right now we're seeing just a lot of mid-range patience.
There's a freeze. No teabag this time, though.
They're definitely a headache.
Worst part's coming up.
Oh, good conversion. That's going to take almost all the way to the corner. Nope, actually now King putting himself in the corner. That's dangerous.
That is my favorite gadget interactable in the game.
It's a very good one. Traps for a complete combo. Oh, good clash.
Well, am I fast or what?
Push yourself harder.
Slayer's going to be able to get out of the corner with that. Nice, checking the forward movement on Wake Up with Straight Laser.
Oh, and he just walks into the punish.
I guess that's footsies. Oh, and King tried to sweep. Why are we seeing all these sweep reads? There's clearly something good about Batman sweep that I don't know. And we're going to have to figure that out. Again, for any of you out there who know what's good about Batman sweep, let me know on Twitter.
Uh-oh, here's the opportunity.
The teabag, and
that should do it, yep. 1-1. Slayer ties it up.
Supergirl wins.
Slayer actually very relieved looking. I don't think he thought his Supergirl was going to do quite as well as he ended up actually doing with her.
Yeah.
He looks like he's like breathing heavy now. He's like, whoo.
He's like, wow,
I
it's
got
working.
this. And I do really want to know, so have you noticed that a lot of these players have like some sort of like liquid, like some juice, or it's like...
Yeah,
I don't know.
It started with Foxy.
Yeah.
And now everyone is doing it.
I don't know what it is. It's the magic potion. We've got an alchemist in the back. It's just the, I don't know. It's the top NRS player juju potion. I really have no idea. We're gonna figure out what that is. What do you all think?
It could also just be juice.
It could be, but
I feel like it's more like a concoction. Again, another throw bait.
oh yeah, he's just been doing that so well. That's actually a really great setup. That Supergirl Jump 1 is a little bit more plus than it seems, and people always try to tech after it.
Getting the cross up. Here comes King now, evening up the life bar.
Oh. He couldn't move forward. He was trapped there by the interactable. He was like, uh-oh. I just gotta keep holding back.
Oh, and the down two whiffs. I think Slayer did that just a little too early. He was anticipating that 4-3. Oh, and just right back into him.
That's a good whip punish. You very rarely see that kind of whip punish on back 2-3. It's only if they really preemptively jump over as Batman's doing the string.
Oh, Nevada's gonna do it. Slayer, very impressive corner pressure there.
Which part of you hurts the worst?
Oh, good read. Going to full life bar for both of them for the second life bar. We see that so much in this game. It just goes to show how close all of these competitors are in skill. When we in this top 8, I mean, I can't even count how many times we've gone to the second life bar and both players have literally had their full life bar.
Yeah.
It's just this back and forth from both of them.
Getting checked again.
Those down ones, as checks have been working really well for
Yeah, they really have.
I doubt it.
Again, King playing that patient game, trying to make it in. Oh, but he finally pounces.
Drops the combo.
You know, we've seen him drop that conversion from the slide quite a few times. He gets it 100% of the time with his 3 bats, which is actually a little more difficult one. But with one,
hero?
he's been dropping
You're no
it.
ordinary girl.
Eating the interactable now. Life bars are even. Meter is pretty much even.
Oh, wow. Jumps completely
Yeah, that
over
could have been
the
a
string.
Could have been a huge problem for Slayer. Again, another teabag coming in.
At this point, are the teabags even necessary?
I don't know.
I think they get the idea. How many times do you think in these two players' lives they've teabagged each other? I mean, well,
I would assume
like,
a lot.
in-game.
I mean, these two are the types of players that would teabag in casuals, so.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so Slayer winning 2 straight with Supergirl. Is this going to be the first surprise pick that works out?
That works out, yeah.
Oh, and Forever King moving back to character select. I don't think he wants to play this matchup anymore, but who will he go to? We do know that he's used Black Adam in the past. Of course he's used Deadshot. He used that to clutch out that final game against Bio earlier in the tournament, but I don't think Deadshot's the answer for Supergirl. Well, it looks like he's just going back to Batman. He's got his costume again. The white with the
Batman,
red. Yeah, definitely the Forever King color. I don't know how he keeps getting it in tournament. It's just magic. It just fits for him. But they are going to be switching to the Fortress of Solitude. He's locking himself into Batman, so no matter what, even if Slayer loses this next game, he can try another counter pick if he wants. We know that he plays Aquaman. We know he plays Black Adam. This level, though, very good for power characters. It's one of the few that I think is maybe power character oriented. The right side interactable is not good. It's actually one of the weakest interactables for gadget characters, but it's a free hit for power characters. Oh, and that was an unfortunate whiff.
Ooh.
I like the usage of 1-2 in Footsie's range. He's used that multiple times today.
Slayer literally, I feel like he took his hands off the controller for a second there. That was crazy.
They're just stuck on back. And there we go. We see why all these interactables are so good for power characters. And then they just get destroyed. So then the gadget character can't use them. Oh, he jabbed into that laser. He tried to punch it.
Wow. It could have been a whip punish as well.
Oh, wow. Gets hit by the 1-1-3.
I haven't seen that string in so long.
I think the only Batman that really uses 1-1-3 a lot is Jazzy, as much as I hate to say his name. But it's a very good string. It's plus on block. Nice bait on the throw. We've seen it before. Slayer is the king of that. Ironically beating King with it. 417 damage combo, taking from corner to corner. And now Slayer with a huge lead, looking to 3-1 King here in Losers Finals.
Losers semis.
Or Losers semis, trying to move on to Losers Finals against Noble's Dragon.
Noble has a dragon?
They do. He's a scary dragon.
Better, but not good enough.
I'm gonna prove you wrong.
Is anyone good enough for Batman?
No.
Is Batman good enough for Batman?
No.
We actually heard
it. Catches the instant air dash with the trait, combos into the interactable. No punish on the whipped wake up. And it's looking even
Rogue going down, spamming down. I think that really is the new meta.
The down 2 meta. Whoa, that's a whiff punish. And there is meter for Slayer. He doesn't do the side switch combo. He takes back to full mid screen. I don't think he was actually within range to use the background bounce, so it's a good choice to not try to. No clash for King. This is going to be a lot of damage into one more mix-up. I bet he'll go for the throw attack again, or the throw bait. Oh, he didn't. I was wrong.
Oh, no, they're down 2.
And that is Slayer with the surprise pick.
Wow, and look at all of that emotion.
A little bit happy to move into the top 3 of SoCal Regionals. There is a lot of money on the line.
Yeah.
$10,000 pot bonus from Warner Brothers on top of how many players actually entered this tournament, which, I mean, it's over 100. It's a very small.
It was 129, I believe.
Yeah, that is very large. There is a lot of players here, and for some reason
and
or
all
another.
of them were pretty damn big threats.
What is this guy doing? It's blurry dragon. Noble's got a dragon, and that's him back there. Doesn't he look like a terrifying fire-breathing dragon?
No, not at all, really. I mean, he looks like a young man to me.
Well, you know, there's only one way to beat a dragon, and that is to slay the dragon.
That's true.
Now, will Slayer be able to slay the dragon? I don't know, actually. He's walking away.
Yeah, where
is he going?
Where did he go?
I actually have no idea why he's leaving. He's up next on stream. There was no reason for him to leave the stage.
I'm like, I don't know. Can he? Like, does he know where he is?
I have no idea. But that means that Slayer has won so many matches in a row in Losers Bracket. He won every single match.
If he wins this tournament, that would be massively impressive.
It would be, but you know what he has to face now? He has to face the person who knocked him into Losers round 1. And that is Dragon.
That is Dragon.
So he has, because of Dragon, had to make one of the longest tournament runs of the longest tournament run of anybody in this bracket.
Yeah.
And now he gets to get his revenge if he can. Now, obviously, it didn't go in his favor the first time. He's had a lot of time.
I think he was. He didn't even want to play. He was just trying to get out of here. He's like, you know what? I don't even want to do this anymore.
Yeah. He's like, we're good. I'm done. It's over. No, you won. You chose Supergirl. You chose a surprise pick, and now Dragon is going to get his chance again. Now, both of these players, they want to make it up to that top spot. Theo, of course, waiting happily in Grand Finals winners.
This is a really nice stick up here, by the way.
Yeah, it definitely is. We're not looking at it, but you guys are all going to have to believe.
So Jason's Customs, Panzer 563. Check it out.
Black Adam. Fighters approaching Gorilla
All right, so I
City.
do hear Black Adam, Black Adam. I think it is the Black Adam mirror. All right, both players very friendly with each other. Yeah, that is going to be the Black Adam mirror. They're both wearing the red costume too. Oh, I guess it's orange and red, but this is a very bright match for a Black
On
Adam
a bright
mirror.
stage, we are Gorilla City as well.
They're getting in the Halloween theme. You know, we're only about a month away. They're like, we gotta get ready. We got Pumpkin Black Adam against
Pumpkin Black Adam.
yeah, against Vampire Blood Red Black Adam. All right, so in losers, just in this top 8, Slayer has, well, let's see, actually in the top 16. So I want to go through his path backwards. So he just beat Forever King. Before that, he beat Foxy Grandpa. Before that, he beat Flowchart Eddie. Illusions before that. Punk before that, who, may I note, made it into the top 16.
Yeah, Punk. Very impressive.
I've longed for an epic battle.
In his bracket before that, he beat Marine.
I cannot
We saw that one on
deny
stream with
where
Aquaman.
they
He beat
fall.
Alcatraz. He beat Armor. He beat Sudden Blackout. He beat Anenra. And he beat Air Jordan. He had so
That's
many
a
matches.
hell of a run.
It is. Not even just a lot of matches, but a lot of good players, even all the way through the bracket. But here we go. Dragon starting off strong. Slayer tying it up. Going for a bomb setup. Didn't get the full conversion. His timing on those has not been quite right. Now, if his timing was a little bit better, he would have been able to get a lot of conversions so far, but he's just getting these stray hits. Wow, the teabag mid-combo. As expected of Slayer, I think the first thing he does with any character is labs how to teabag while effectively landing his B&Bs.
I think you're actually right. Like,
He only plays characters that you can teabag mid-optimal. Alright, so again, Slayer is the orange one, Slayer is the pumpkin.
I believe this is the exact same matchup they played in winners in the first or second round of the tournament.
Yeah, I didn't get to see that, unfortunately. Wow, the dive kick trade. Whatever works. Oh, and Slayer jumping over, landing the unblockable, jumping right back out.
Oh, he went for the optimal there. It was just a little too low for the background interaction, background bounce.
This only ends one way. I will not resign.
Slayer getting back some life. But that much amount of life is not that huge against Black Adam. I mean, his combo will definitely, one combo against Slayer will still definitely take him down in that chip range, into that Black Adam B&B range.
Oh, what's it fall? Wow, and he just gets hit by a raw wake up. He didn't even try?
I mean, you wouldn't expect Dragon, of all people, to throw out that wake up, and that's going to be it. Dragon taking game 1. Will Slayer go back into
That's
the
actually not true, though, because the first time they played, I did catch a glimpse of the match, and Dragon woke up quite a few times, actually, on Slayer, and it worked every time.
Maybe he just knows Slayer's patterns. He knows he's going to be very aggressive on wake up, and wow. Okay, going right back into
But the problem for
matchup.
Slayer is he's not using the proper strings to just stuff the wake up outright.
That's true. Well, he's going to have to adapt, and I think he definitely can, but Dragon doesn't want to give him a chance. Nice combo. Dragon already taking the corner. Oh, and the hard knockdown. There were some really good mix-ups he could have done, but Dragon, as usual, just playing the safe bet.
Yeah, this is so far a slaughter with a full life bar. Dragon is on the way to a perfect. Nope, never mind, I lied. It's so hard to perfect Adam too, because all he has to do is pop trade, right? And then no matter what, you take chip.
Right, but ironically, one of the only perfects that I've seen in competitive
was on a Black
Adam.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, the throw's going to do
Wasn't
a
that
little
a
bit
dub? I think that was Ominous, wasn't it?
No, it was Wild Cowboy playing Aquaman.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, lands the ambiguous cross-up, and Slayer's clashing,
You'll not
but
rule conduct.
I don't know how much
I
it'll help.
fight in Ammon's name.
At this point, I think Slayer needs to start thinking about the next matchup. He could make the comeback very potentially, but against a player as solid as Dragon, if this was the opposite life bars, it would still be tough to close this out.
And again, a wake up coming out of Dragon and no whiff punish from Slayer.
Feel Aton's power.
Guaranteed chip. Look at all that chip. One of the highest damage chip moves in the entire game.
Oh, the
Completely
down
jailed
two trade.
Whoa, nice combo.
conversion. Yeah.
And that is not quite enough, but the chip will definitely be Black Adam B&B. We got it. Dragon going up 2 games. Slayer immediately going for another character. Very understandably, the Black Adam mirror
might
has not
go
worked out for
Superman.
him.
He does still have that character in his arsenal. It's been a long time since he's played it,
Superman.
Wow,
Fighters
that was an
approaching
incredibly
Gampa.
good read.
Hey, thanks, man.
I have to give you that one. I did not expect him to go Superman. I have not seen him go Superman in a very long time. I mean, he just did well with Supergirl, who's going to have a lot of the same strengths.
Begin.
But you know what? We're seeing this. It's a very classic match for Injustice, and an instant jump one to give Dragon the strong start.
Strong sad. Oh, the shimmy.
Oh, that's going to be a huge combo. A raw back two, and the side switch. That is one of the big advantages now of using that in the B&B, using the Meter Burn Black Magic, is you can always side switch very easily off of any situation.
It still convert for full damage, yeah.
Exactly. Wow, look at this patience from both. Okay, so just to explain the zoning game in this matchup and why they were both playing so patient, is that both characters have great zoning options, but they're both very punishable by the other character's zoning options. So on a good read, a straight laser will get beat by black magic or by a dive kick. Now a lightning will get beat by an air laser, and there's just like,
it's like
air
rock, paper, scissors.
laser gets
Yeah.
beat by dive kick,
Yeah.
and yeah, there's just complete rock paper scissors. Neither player really wanting to risk anything while punching each other in the face.
No, you shut up. Here we go.
That's big. All right, this should be a huge amount of damage.
Is he going to go for it? He is going to go for the reset.
And Chip should kill at this point.
Yep.
Timing it correctly. I understand the risk by Dragon. He didn't have a lot to lose in that situation.
That was fine.
He does have an interactable to his back. I think he should use it before Trait comes out. Now it's a little bit too late.
Yep. No longer able to armor that pipe.
Oh, look at this. Slayer playing like a grappler. Now, next time he's going to go for the throw bait almost.
Oh!
He tried the Tweety setup, tried the cross-up dive bomb from the neutral jump, but it didn't work out.
I conduct's king.
Not anymore.
Dragon still has 2 bars after spending 2 bars. So he's going to be able to use that for a lot of good conversions. The threat of the Meter Burn dive kick is extremely important in this matchup. So it's very important for him to have kept 1 bar. But there you go. That's why you use it.
Admit your defeat.
I won't be your vassal.
Without the meter, he wouldn't have been able to get that conversion, wouldn't have been able to force the clash from Slayer. And now look at this. It's even. Oh, that's a big conversion. He's going to spend the meter, but now he's out of meter.
Yeah.
Dive kick won't be as threatening, but I don't even know if he needs it. He just needs to wait for Trait to be up. He's going to be able to get one more mix-up
Dragon has
or
just been in
one more
control.
conversion.
Nothing
and
left. Yep.
The
There
B&B's
it
going
is.
to do it. Slayer trying out the mirror. Didn't work. He played. So this man, he late registered, lost to Dragon, won 11 games in a row.
And then lost to Dragon
again lose to Dragon in losers
I would
finals.
not have given Dragon a hug.
Slayer walking off
saying.
the stage, literally just laying on the floor. This must have been one of the most exhausting runs in a tournament for him. Just
to be honest, I think the reason that he got up after his last match, I think he just wanted to take a breather. And then he wasn't able to, and we kind of saw him. He got kind of wrecked in the first 2 games. Like,
I mean, I'm surprised he did end up trying the mirror again.
Yeah.
It's I mean, it is what it is. You go for whatever you're most comfortable with. He tried it out, didn't work out.
That's still one hell of a tournament run, though.
The Superman matchup, it was working a lot better for him.
I agree.
Like to see
I
him
think
go
it was
Superman the entire time. The mirror wasn't working out, but yeah, great tournament run. 11 wins straight, and then getting double eliminated, getting double jeopardied by Dragon.
Yeah.
That is tough. But Dragon, he earned that spot to get there. Now he's going to be in Grand Finals, which is going to be a rematch of him against Theo, which was winners
Lord
finals.
Theonidas.
Now the real question, will Dragon go Fate again? Dragon went Fate for all 5 games of winners finals.
I don't know. The thing is he, unlike Theo, he doesn't have 2 sets to play with. So he has to make a decision in the first set, and it has to be the right one.
But that's so tough to make. If he had gone down like 3-1, 3-0 in winners finals, it would have been like, yeah, don't choose Fate.
Yeah,
no,
but
what.
it was 3-2. It was really close. It was competitive the whole way through. So I don't know. Does he stick with Fate? It's tough.
I don't know. That's up for him to decide. Hopefully he doesn't fall into that situation where he loses confidence in his pick, because he's got a lot of good characters too, and he's got a lot of experience against Theo. I would like to see him just go with whoever he's most comfortable with.
Yeah, I don't really think there is a right decision, because all of his characters do just fine, really, against Theo's. And the way that he's been playing today, they have also been doing just fine. I mean, he, like we said, with Fate, he was able to make it very competitive. So I don't know. I think it's up to Dragon. I think he'll play fine, but Theo is in a fantastic position. He is in the winner's side of this grand finals. So I mean, he can kind of not mess around, but play a bit with whether he wants to mainly use Supergirl or use Superman, or hell, Theo might pull out a character we've never seen before. I mean, this has kind of been the tournament for that anyway. So
at this point, I wouldn't be in the least bit surprised if we saw something like that. Yeah. I mean, we've already seen three in the top 8, which is weird to see because all these players are so known for their characters.
Their characters, right?
And
only one of them has worked.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true, too. But on top of that, it's been 3 players who already have a huge cast of characters. And it seemed like almost unnecessary to go for that next level pick. Like, it was a redundant counter pick. But you know what? They're just feeling it out. Like I said, this is not the game to stick with one character or maybe even 2 characters. You need to know that you cover every single matchup.
Yeah, generally 3 characters will do that for you. So, I mean, it's perfect in the case. We'll look at BioHazard as an example. He has Bane, which is technically his main. I mean, that's the character that everyone knows him for. But then he also has an amazing Harley Quinn. And then for the off chance that he gets even a bad matchup in one of those cases, he also does play a little bit of Deadshot. So.
That's true. Although, unfortunately, even with such a strong cast like that, he did run into the one that is going to give him the most trouble, which was ending up against... Well, he ended up getting counterpicked anyway because he locked himself into one of them. So it's just a tough situation to deal with for all these competitors, which is probably why they're trying out so many of these different characters. Make sure that they get the best pick that isn't also going to get counterpicked. It's a really big mind game, and a lot of this is won before the match.
And also, that's why it's so important to win the first game, because once you win the first game, then you technically have the advantage in the whole counterpick war.
Right, and that's why it's important to not only have a full cast of counterpicks, but to have one solid character that doesn't have as many bad picks or bad matchups as others, which is what we saw from Sonic Fox as he was winning IPS finals and of course everything else. He a lot of times starts off the match with Red Hood because Red Hood doesn't get absolutely destroyed by any single character in the game. So if he can win that first game,
he doesn't really have like any like 7-3 matchups or even really 6-4s. Like Red Hood is a really good character. You've said it before. A lot of people arguing that he's potentially the best in the game or a guaranteed top 5, and he chooses to go with that character, which is generally a 5/5 character, and then if he has to go against a Catwoman or something, then he pulls out like the insane bad matchup or counter pick,
aka Captain Cold.
Yeah,
that's definitely the one.
But he didn't even really need to do that against Samij, especially the IPS finals. He was able to do it with Red Hood. But yeah, going back to Dragon and Theo right now, I mean, this could go either way. It really could. The only reason I would give the advantage to Theo is simply because of the fact that he's in the winner's side of this grand final.
Yeah, and that is a huge advantage. I mean, of course, the winner's finals, they went down in the final game, and it looks like right now they're finally getting ready to get started. I think they had to restart the PS4 to make it happen, but it's getting ready, and again, it's going to happen. So much of it is going to depend on...
And I see Fate on the screen currently for Dragon, so I believe we might be going into another Fate matchup here with, I think Theo was playing Supergirl?
So that will be then the matchup that I could be wrong. Finals, potentially, which I wouldn't be surprised to see again. I mean, they both probably feel relatively confident in that match. Neither one got completely blown out. I think it's just going to come down to reads.
I agree. And even in the last match where Theo picked Superman, it came down to like the very last few hits.
Right, and Theo, I'm surprised we're not seeing him just start off with Superman, but there might be some sort of counterpick game there, and so here it is.
And here we go, the grand finals of SER 2017. It is going to be Theo going with Supergirl, and it's going to be Dragon going with Fate once again.
Now, these teams are the same teams that we saw in the grand finals of the Injustice Pro Series finals. It's going to be Echo Fox and Noble. Now, however, it's actually two completely different players.
Yep.
Of course, we had Fox and Samij in grand finals there, and here we have Theo and Dragon. But the winner's side is the same. It is going to be the Echo Fox player and Noble on the loser's side. But Dragon, he needs to change fate. He needs to change how it turns out.
I see what you did, and you are so proud.
Oh, what? Forward 2ing underneath Supergirl. Oh, and a good check with the down one.
Nice. That was a really good read on the fireball coming out of Fate. Teleport to punish.
Oh, nice block on the meter room back 3. Could have been actually a reaction meter room back 3 himself.
Here we go. Good damage, a little bit of corner carry. Goes for the mix-up, delayed wake-up, but raw laser.
Catching him disrespecting the string. Oh, that's going to be a punish. Wow, actually such a fast punish that it caught Supergirl out of the air. That teleport's going to be guaranteed, almost guaranteed chip. Dragon could have avoided on a read, but it wasn't going to be easy.
Dragon doing a fine job of just fighting this back to the corner there. Didn't really move forward or backwards, held his ground. Was able to fight for the control of that space, but here we go, and a clash immediately.
Submit to order.
As if.
Dragging it back to life, but he's still kind of stuck in the corner. He still has to avoid this situation.
When Fate wins a clash, it's I think he has one of my favorites.
The blast?
Yeah, the blast is really cool.
Oh,
nice
gets
check.
caught.
Yeah.
And I have to say, the overall success rate of Dragon's glyphs usage is just insane. I don't understand. He just always lands it. Like, you see a lot of Fates using it just as a check, but he just knows when it's going to work.
Oh, beautiful jump 3. Almost got the conversion there. Comes Theo.
Hard knockdown, and again, so close to the end of this round. This is basically how we saw it the entirety of Winners Finals. Nice flip out, no punish by Dragon. He tried. He's going to take some guaranteed chip, but now lasers are gone. No clash!
Oh, wait. I was like, wait a second.
Dragon could have almost definitely guaranteed himself the win by letting the combo drop, but still, he's in that same situation.
And a desperate, yeah, I mean...
It was the best thing he could have tried at that point. Theo looking a little bit questionable. Maybe he's looking for his coach. I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but...
definitely not looking for his coach.
Yeah, no, I don't know exactly what he's looking for.
He's explaining something to someone.
I don't know, but he, he's definitely got a question. It was a close match. It's exactly what we saw in Winners Finals. Nobody's surprised. Honestly, it's just going to go back and forth like that. I wouldn't be surprised at this point if we did end up seeing Fate the entire time, the entire way through.
For Dragon?
For Dragon.
Yeah, it's very possible. And, I mean, for a Fate that doesn't use Onks, like, he's still really effective.
Yeah, he's just playing this very Dragon style. It is like a minimalistic pressure footsie style. He plays as safe as possible. He's very good at whiff punishing. He hits you. He plays safe, makes you make mistakes, and Fate works like that. I mean,
and that's I was just about to say, Fate has the tools to play exactly like Dragon wants to play.
Right, we've seen all these crazy Fates all of a sudden popping up out of the woodwork. We saw Burrito starting using Fate crazy recently. We've seen, of course, Beat On. So many of them. I mean, Too Easy. Just all these very aggressive Fates and a lot of crazy setups. So much to the point that I feel like we may have forgotten that Fate, in his core, is a defensive footsie zoning character.
Well, I mean, that's how he's designed to be in a sense, but definitely that's not how we've seen it be played. Right. Especially with the likes of like Too Easy and Beat On, who Beat On, I think, just utilizes all of the tools with Fate the most. But again, we've seen success with other Fates as well just as much, who just don't tend to use some of the tools. Like we said, Dragon, for instance, does use Onks.
Yeah, Dragon, such a completely different play style, but it just works out for him. I mean, you give Dragon any character with a good normal set, and I mean, Fate he's got a fast down 1, you can cancel in a glyph. He's got forward 2, which is one of the fastest, further advancing normals in the entire game. You can also cancel in the glyph. He's got, back 2 is a 9-frame, good check, catches out of the air. There's so many good normals that Fate has. We've seen him use the back 1 string. His jabs, of course, are some of the best jabs in the game. They have huge range, great conversions from them. Just give him that, he's going to do fine. And that's exactly what we're seeing. Maybe he wants to take the damage, take everything that's guaranteed, rather than try to go for a setup, which is, it makes sense.
Which is why he uses that Ender as well.
Right.
He's one of like the only Fates that uses the Ender. other fates generally go for the orb or like the meter burn orb to kind of create a defensive wall for themselves while they build onks. But no, Dragon is just perfectly comfortable getting as much damage as he can off of his B&Bs and then going for just more Dragon-esque pressure, which is just in that neutral and then just using the simple tools like you said.
Right, and you know another tool that he doesn't really use too often, you talk about it as like an Oki tool, but also just as a defensive tool, he doesn't really throw out the meter burn orb that much.
No, he doesn't.
It might be because of the matchup, but also it's such a strong tool to control space, to stop your opponent from moving, to stop them from moving on you, punishing you. In fact, the one time that we did really see it, it won him the entire game as Theo used the laser to walk into it.
He endangers us all.
Kryptonians don't give up on family.
Begin.
All right, and they are going back in. Whatever issue there was has been resolved. Now we are up 1-0 in Dragon's favor.
But
Dragon's
again,
favor.
Yeah, it is in Dragon's favor, yeah. But again, you have to realize that Theo's still in Grand Finals and winners, so Dragon's got to beat him twice.
Very potentially could be a long, long set. Oh, nice check again. I'm telling you, having such a good 6-frame down one is so good for Dragon.
Yeah, and we will fix the score for you here. It is actually 0-1. Dragon won the first game.
Oh, nice pressure off of the jabs. Oh, that's going to be safe. Theo using it for advantage. Raw down 2. Like we said, the new meta. It's working out. Oh, nice. I love those air lasers. Those air lasers are extremely good against Fate. They're going to get a lot of guaranteed chip. The only downside is that you've got to be in a range where you don't also give Fate his own guaranteed chip.
Right. Okay, and corner pressure coming out for Theo. He still has Dragon trapped in the corner. This is really good for Theo. Patience again is his game.
Oh, good air-to-air.
Wow, he needs to get rid of this life heart. There it is.
Now, luckily, Supergirl, one of the best characters in the entire game, maybe next to Scarecrow.
Scarecrow and Adam, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Both of those at closing out the match. I mean, she's got teleport, she's got lasers, which are so hard to avoid. They just travel instantly.
Yeah, and if she has fully traded laser,
you really
almost
just
no way to avoid it. Yeah.
You have to either have some sort of really good air mobility or teleport. Otherwise, you are essentially going to jump into it. It's going to hand-tire you. Not a lot of good ways to get past it.
Wow, and you're getting impatient and jumping a lot now.
Nice stagger pressure. Oh,
get another delayed wake up, and that has saved Dragon the trouble of blocking that mix-up multiple times now, and a beautiful air-to-air.
All right, Dragon doesn't have a clash. This mix-up, next mix-up could kill.
And there it is again.
Oh, that's big. I think it's enough to kill.
Yeah, that's definitely going to kill.
All right, so they're tying it up 1-1 in Grand Finals, pre-reset.
Begin.
Theo looking considerably better than he did that last game, but again, it's staying really close. These two players in this matchup just seem just absolutely even. Oh, nice punish. Could have actually just been a full string punish. He had the meter. Might as well go for the full thing.
It's the new down 2 meta, though.
It's true. You got to do it.
You got to do it. We are seeing more orbs now coming out of Dragon.
Nice, that was a punish into maximum damage. He's going for the absolute max, not going for the setup. And for the first time, maybe on accident, we see an Onk.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know.
I'm just going to say that Onk floats there for the rest of the match. What do you think?
I think you're right.
Oh, meter burn back 3. Nice.
It's like it's Dragon's buddy.
Oh, maybe he could use it. Does he know how to use it? Oh, doesn't need
Doesn't
to.
need it.
And
oh
now
no,
it's
gone.
Yeah, Onks actually disappear in between rounds. Basically, anything that floats around a character disappears while the round ends. Same thing with like Batman Trick. Oh, nice down 1 check. Wow, that's one way to counterpunch back. Get all that guaranteed chip. I guess he decides he's inside. Might as well use it anyway. And he's going to close up the life bar.
And Theo needed to get rid of that life bar right then and there. Fortunately for him, he did.
Oh, he
Oh, wow.
almost backdashed into that. Honestly, if Dragon had thrown out a projectile, they probably would have comboed into each other. Why not at least risk the meter burn? At that point, I feel like there's no real reason
Yeah,
not to.
and he's done that multiple times where the meter burn version would have actually guaranteed him a combo because the regular teleport hit, but he just didn't use it.
No clash by Dragon. I think clash right there might have been smart to keep him out of the corner, but you know what?
Gets the
Theo's
scoop.
going to leave him out of the corner.
Order shall prevail.
Go ahead, underestimate me.
Oh, both spending too. Oh, and that was so fortunate for Dragon. The fact that trade got rid of Theo's fully traded laser coming out.
And I don't know if Theo's going to get a chance to clash now,
Oh,
but
he may not need to.
one more mix-up. One more mix-up on either side. It's going to come down to probably one read. The delayed wake-up worked.
That's not enough. It's not enough. Oh, but the teleport is Theo. 2-1.
And Dragon actually did anticipate that teleport. You saw the forward dash, but the forward dash, I think, was supposed to be a back dash. He was a little bit too preemptive. It's very hard to react to the actual teleport and land the back dash. He tried it, didn't quite work out for him. He did know it was coming, though. And, of course, on top of that, Fate's dash is not the best in the game.
And he is sticking it out with Fate.
He is. That means he's putting his entire tournament life on the line with Fate. He's already lost within the first set that he used him, and the big fear here is that even if he wins this match, which is not looking great for him so far, he has the fear of being counterpicked again by Superman. Wow, the trade. Look how good. I mean, her down 2 is amazing, but look how good that jump 3 is from
The jump
Fate.
3 is very, very good. And yeah, you're right. I mean, that's exactly what we saw in the first set, where Theo was able, because it was tied 2-2, to go to Superman in the very last game, and we may see that here as well. But even still, I gotta say, Dragon, his Fate has still been looking strong, and he's been taking Theo to the very last few life points.
But will he
This
be able to do
game,
that
though,
this
is
time?
looking
That's the
very
question.
much different, yeah. I think Theo kind of smells the blood in the water right now.
Yeah, and again, we've been talking about this, but I don't understand what the idea behind picking Fate for this matchup is. I mean, obviously Black Adam can handle Supergirl, he can handle Superman. There's no real fear there. But Fate, a character who's generally based on zoning to really get everything of his started, going up against a character who is generally extremely good at counter zoning is a very questionable choice.
Oh, and a beautiful chase in on the EM's breath. And gets a grab as well. This is looking pretty grim. And
Theo
Dragon
just needs about 50% more life if he wants to win this
Oh,
entire
and that's
tournament.
unfortunate that it hit for Dragon. He is going to get the life bar, but now only 506 hit points away. Theo is from winning.
Thousands of dollars on the line here, and Theo just needs to make one more mix-up, or maybe just even try to chip out with zoning to prevent Dragon from avoiding death with the clash.
Oh no!
Interactable's going to put him
65 hit
into
points. Is this it? Theo so close. Backdash.
The backdash working out for the first time. All Theo needs is one more hit, but
Teleport. This is a punish.
Don't underestimate me.
I have seen worse.
I don't know how many more teleports he can block and survive.
I don't even know if it's one. Actually, I think maybe just one.
And there it is! Theo is your SCR 2017 Injustice 2 champion. Wearing the wrong socks. Those should be Supergirl socks.
They're as close as he's going to get. Theo not getting knocked into losers at all.
Right.
Double eliminating Dragon, beating in both winners finals and in grand finals. Playing so solid. Again, we haven't seen him, except for first attack, really win an offline event in quite a while.
In a while, yeah. I mean, in Injustice 1, it seems like he was winning all of them. But to see him back in form, to see him with Supergirl doing really well, Superman, Supergirl, both characters that complement him fantastically. But I gotta say, Dragon's Fate is really, really strong. And it's a character that he just started using. Monday, I believe, is what the tweet said.
It is, and that's really the story of today, is seeing these players try out their new characters, whether they work, whether they don't work. It was very interesting to see them go outside of their comfort zone, try new characters, try new counter picks.
Yeah.
They're really just getting a lot of data, especially, of course, for the players like Dragon who are qualified for E-League, for the ICS Championship Finals. That is... The information that they gain here may be more valuable than a win for them.
Than the win itself. Yeah, I think you may be right there. But I think the character switch that I'm most interested in is actually a Foxy Grandpa's Captain Cold. I really want to see how that plays out.
That's true, but here we go. We see the players getting their medals in top 3. Slayer fighting again, losing to Dragon first round, winning 11 matches straight.
Only to lose to the man who got second yet again, Dragon. Say it was like, yeah, this medal should be your color at least, but Dragon's like, nah, dog.
I don't think that. Oh yeah, that's what he would say. And then Theo, looking very happy with himself, winning his technical hometown tournament.
Is it his hometown though? He's from the Fortress of Solitude. He's not from SoCal. Like honestly, he never travels. He doesn't even like us anymore.
Well, hopefully he'll be coming out to some events at some point in time. Loving the socks.
Those are pretty sweet damn socks though.
And there are your top 3, Theo, Dragon, and Slayer. 3 players that we've seen in the top 3 time and time again.
Yep, and it seems like the trend is going to continue.
It is. Actually, you know, the biggest redemption story here is actually, I think, Slayer. Slayer's the one who not only did he make it through losers, but he has been just completely dropping the ball on making top 8s recently. He's been ninth place.
Yeah, kind of.
Quite a few times.
Yeah.
And, I mean, you know, just making top 8 has been relatively difficult for him, but making top 3 in a stacked tournament like this, that could be a sign that he's kind of on his way back up, because it's certainly not easy.
Yeah. And the thing is with Slayer, too, is at the beginning of things, he was definitely making top 8s, but then he kind of fell off.
Like, there's only Superman once in this top 8. That means, like, he needs buffs.
Yeah, but,
my
but
goodness.
that means that Superman's win rate in top 8 was 100%.
Fair point. I'm out of here.
You're gone. You're gone.
Theo doesn't want to argue
Shut him
it.
down. He's gone.
He doesn't want to argue it at all. But yeah, this has been an incredible tournament. It was great to see all the players. I remember looking out like a week ago, and it didn't look like too many people were going to show up to SCR 2017 Injustice 2. But man, this has been one hell of a ride.
That was certainly not the case. So many people in top 8 of the IPS, top 16, and this has been just a ridiculous top 8.
I don't know if the stream can hear this music, but it's popping.
I'm certain they can't, but I can see the crazy lights behind us as everybody's excited for these top 3 players finishing.
Of course. And, you know, the rest of the tournament, I'm sure.
Absolutely. But,
well, Evan, it's, man, we just seem to run into each other a lot on the mics.
I don't know. It's really unlucky, but it just happens. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I guess it is.
But you know what? I think that's the end for us here. Of course, there's a bunch of other great games coming on at SoCal Regionals here today. It's just a tournament full of a million games, one of the best majors out there.
Yeah.
Here
but
at the Anaheim Convention
again,
Center.
we saw a lot of great Injustice 2 action today, and I really look forward to more Injustice 2 action leading up to the ICS Championship at E-League, as well as the other events happening in between there.
That's true, and we'll all have that to look forward to. But I think for now, we're done. That's the end of Injustice 2 here. We are gonzo. We are out of here. So thank you all for watching. And like I said, keep looking at the rest of the streams. There are plenty of other games today at SoCal Regionals. But closing out, I'm EGP Wonder Chef.
And I am Dustin King, a.k.a. Godspeed, and we'll see you next time, guys.